At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Van Dong in motion. The give is to Moody. Moody ducks down and dives in. He's standing over the ball. He's going to take it quickly. Looking across the field, and he's got it! It's Jude Whalen. And now Addy Hephill puts it away for the Cards. They'll take a 2-set lead. Hendrickson in motion, give to Duncan. Duncan, and he trucks the safety. Is he in?
It's time for the Cardinals on your home for Eudora High School Athletics. Eudora Sports Live.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome in here to the Fort Scott Community College pregame show. You belong at Fort Scott Community College. From nursing to farm and ranch management, John Deere Tech to theater, and so much more, plus championship caliber athletic programs. Go learn more at fortscott.edu. It is myself, Reed McAvoy, Hayden Harves alongside me. We are here in the Cardinal Arena in Eudora, Kansas, where the Cardinals will be hosting the Baldwin Bulldogs. It's the second time they've met this year, but the first time in the Cardinals' nest, and it will be a good matchup, an interesting one. And before we get into our information here, let's listen to our starting lineups and also the national anthem.
Lady Cardinals. At this time, we please ask that you stand and table for the singing of our national anthem by EHS sophomore Emery Gabriel. And now, for your starting lineups. For the Bulldogs, number 0, sophomore Logan Scobie. Number 1, junior Shane Griffith. Number 2, senior Chloe Duzo. Number 12, sophomore Cami Holland. And number 14, junior Emmy Nye. Now let's make some noise for your Cardinals! Starting us off, number 5'9" freshman, Peyton Lewis. Number 10, 5'7" junior, Brent Gideon. Number 12, 5'5" junior, Izzy Barocco.
right, so you heard the starting lineups here for the Cards and the Bulldogs. We are just moments away from our opening tip-off to be brought to us by Wolf Diagnostic and Automotive. Since 2005, Wolf Diagnostic and Automotive has been keeping Eudora moving. Find them at 208 East Street. From tune-ups to major repairs, they service all makes and models with honesty and care. You can call 785-542-5152 today, and Wolf Diagnostic will get you back on the road quickly. So looking at some of the numbers coming into this matchup, the girls for the Bulldogs come in 6-10, and they have lost their last two, including a double overtime loss against the Spring Hill Broncos. They were swept by the Cardinals last year. They lost to them earlier this season, 62-43. And you look at this home Lady Cardinals team, they come in 12-2. They have won 3 straight. They are on a roll here. We feel like they had one of their best performances all season in their most recent game. And it is it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out tonight. This Bulldogs team, they are not necessarily as bad of a team as 6-10 might indicate, and 6-10 doesn't even sound that horrible as Lewis is going to drain a 3 here and give the Cardinals an early lead. But something I thought was interesting, Hayden, I looked at the point differential on the season for the Bulldogs. They have only allowed, now it's a little different, but before this game started, had only allowed 1 more point than they had scored all season long, yet they have dropped 10 games, only won 6. But they can certainly keep a close game with anybody. They have been to overtime twice and lost both times. They had a 5-point overtime loss to Tonganoxie and a 3-point overtime loss against Spring Hill very recently. They will turn it over here early. The Cardinals defense already forcing mistakes and getting the ball back out of the Dogs' hands.
Yeah, Reed, you and I talked about that a little bit last week in reference to these boy Cardinals, how they seem to just be comfortable in those close spots as Brunkow going to put in a couple more. We mentioned that the Cardinals on the guys' side seem very comfortable in close games, as indicated by how strong they are late. These Lady Bulldogs are so consistently in those close games late. As you said, the record does not necessarily indicate the kind of team we're looking at. So it's going to be really interesting down the stretch. You'd expect the Lady Cards to stay aggressive on defense and try to force as many mistakes as they can, but these Bulldogs definitely capable of running with them in a way different than the 6-win record might show.
Emmy Nye pulling up for the 3-point shot. She is the best 3-point shooter on this Bulldogs roster, but could not get that one to go. Here's Logan Scobie in the paint, puts it up, doesn't get it, but comes back down with it. And then bounce pass given away to Dieterding. She's in a 2v2, now a 3v3. Finds Brunkow by herself, who cannot get the layup to go. Uncharacteristic there. Cami Collum comes down with it. Collum spins in the paint, shoots, and she will be sent to the line. Coulter called with the first foul tonight.
Yeah, it's something occasionally you'll see with a defense that plays this fast and aggressive. You will risk that to some extent, but this Lady Cards defense, especially early on in games this year, has been so aggressive, and that seemingly had an impact bigger than what they're able to do points-wise in the first few minutes. If you're able to jar and rattle your opponent a little bit early on, it's proven effective for these Cardinals so far this year.
I want to say thank you to the Bulldogs broadcast crew. They've provided us with some great statistics, so I can tell you that Cami Collum 77% at the free throw line this year and gets those first 2 to go.
First points of the game, a good start for the Bulldogs. You don't want to be down those early 5, but they are going to have to keep pace early on. This Cards team, not an easy one to come back from a deficit against, but the Cards are going to do everything they can to not let it be a problem, Reed.
Dieterding in the paint, gets those 2 to go. Corner, Shea Griffith decides to dribble in and now finds Nye, and she will get that 3 to go.
That's a big one early on here. Ava Dye going to go for a quick answer in the paint, and she's going to get it. So the Bulldogs draw a little bit closer, and almost immediately the Cards stretch it back out. Almost makes you forget about the significance of that 3, Reed. The Cards combated it so quickly.
Here's another 3-point attempt. That one no good from Scobie. The Bulldogs not afraid to try and pull up for those long shots. Cardinals trying to move quickly, give that one away. It has been a fast start here, but the Bulldogs only down by 4, and they've got the ball. Certainly giving themselves a chance here as things are still in the early going. Still both teams finding their rhythm, how they're going to find their best success against their opponent. Maybe the three-point ball could be something, but the Bulldogs have actually not had any trouble getting into the paint thus far as Cami Collum gets up to 4 points. She was able to draw a shooting foul in the paint earlier. Dieterding no good from 3. And the Dogs have the ball and are within 2 here, making the Cardinals work for it early.
This is really big early on. That Cards team, you say they're just down by 4 points. That doesn't seem like much, but against a team of this caliber, how quickly that can turn into 6, 8, 10 points, and now the game looks like a very tall task to get out of that hole. Pulling back in quick like this for the Bulldogs is going to be massive for them. If they can keep pressure on and keep it close, even maybe swipe the lead away early on, that's going to be crucial in them helping to dictate how this game plays out.
Nye pulled up for the lead there. Couldn't get it to go, though. Coulter thought she would get a foul. Will not come. So there will be another chance for the Bulldogs to tie it or more. This is Collum. She passes for Griffith. She wants the lead, won't get it. Dye comes down with it. A whistle blows for a foul on Cami Collum.
And you almost wish the Bulldogs would have fought into the paint a little bit. Of course, no guarantees, but they've had so much success so far early today doing that. You almost wonder if you get into a position where you can take the lead against a Cards team like this and you want to just go for the shot. Certainly not a bad decision, but you look up and wonder, could they have tied this game up on that possession? Instead, the Cards get another shot to extend the lead.
Cards put in Avery Warren, Carly Owens for Izzy Brunkow, Jayla Coulter. There's Ava Dye. Trying to get it to Lewis on double coverage. Nearly gets swiped away from her. She is able to hold on to it despite Shea Griffith's pressure.
Really impressed with the aggressiveness and speed from the Bulldogs defense early
and now
on
they
here.
will swipe it away, and they've got another chance here with this score. Still within 2. Chloe Neufeld. 1v1 against Dieterding. She finds Griffith. They're moving it around. They might try to get it to Nye in the corner, see if she can go for 3. Here she is. She will. And they've got the lead.
Cardinals going to slow things down here a bit, Reed. The way the Bulldogs are playing right now doesn't necessarily seem fluky. I think the Cardinals are certainly not having their best start, but the Bulldogs don't have to panic to hold on to this lead, I don't think. They're playing pretty well, and the Cardinals look a little bit discombobulated, maybe you could say.
Yeah, there will be a jump ball called here, which I think should go to Baldwin. It will. The biggest thing that we've seen right now that I'm not sure what's happening is I'm not seeing the Cardinals defend the paint as aggressively as normally. It is double team, triple team to keep whoever has the ball out of the paint. And right now it's been 1v1s, and the Bulldogs have been able to dribble around the Cardinals players and get into the paint. That could be something that shifts, or maybe there's something very specific going from Coach Parker. We know that he knows what he is doing. But that is something that they could focus on as this continues. Nye passes this to Griffith. Now is Scobie, and she's going to drain it. Wow.
Cardinals only down by 4, but this feels like a surprising 4 for sure. Reed, we're not watching the Bulldogs games, but you got to wonder how you get to those numbers of losing so many of those close games. Maybe they're a fast-starting team. This is normal. Maybe this is what it feels, a super uncharacteristic start. Warren going to pull up deep from 3, and that one is not going to go, and now a scuffle for the ball. Jump ball going to go the way of the Cards.
Yeah, looking at this Bulldogs team, you know, they got the better of Ottawa. It's a very strong team that they were able to get one over on. They had a 4-point win over Lewisburg. It's going to be...
Quickly, that was Lewis, and the paint went up for that one. And it looks like she's going to get an opportunity to tack on an extra.
Lewis with the and one there. Cardinals faithful. Let a big yell out for that one. Second team foul, first against Scobie. Lewis, the team leader, with 5 points. She will tack one more onto that and bring us back within 1. But still the Bulldogs lead, and they have the ball with 2 and change before the end of this first quarter.
I like the approach they're taking, slowing this down. You don't necessarily want to start playing like you're desperate to hold on to the lead when you've started the way they have. I think they've got enough substance to go off of that they're going to want to keep playing the style of ball that they'd opened up this game with. Cardinals defense really aggressive down in the paint now, maybe learning from some of those early lessons.
5 on the shot clock. Scobie from the corner doesn't get it. And the Cardinals will come up with the loose ball. 100 seconds remain in this first quarter. Avery Warren across to Lewis, the freshman, drives, shoots, and she will draw another shooting foul. And she'll have a chance to tie it and maybe give the Cards the lead.
Reed, this might sound crazy for me to say, but for this Lady Cards team, I almost like the opportunity they have here in a close game late in the first quarter, because it's not always something they find themselves in. And down the stretch against those really strong teams that we know they're likely to face later in the year, this is phenomenal. This is a really good exercise for them to see how they bounce back and how they battle back against a team playing really well in the opening minutes.
Well, we've said that they do tend to grow into games. It was different against Tonganoxie, that they came out of the gates firing. It was a very different start for them.
Yep.
Lewis gets this game tied up, but if the Cardinals can keep it right here for now, I think that their tendency to grow into games will still shine through and that they could pull away with it. But right now, the Bulldogs are keeping it right here, right very close. In fact, they've led for a good portion here. We've seen the Cardinals have a 5-point lead. The Bulldogs have had as big of a 4-point lead. But right now, we are tied with 1.5 minutes to go, almost given away by Audrey Cyril, who's checked into the game. This is Collum driving, and she's going to draw a shooting foul. Again, the Bulldogs able to get into the paint. That time it was against as many as 4 white shirts in the paint, but she still was able to slip in there and draw a shooting foul and might be able to regain the lead for Baldwin.
And these are the kind of opportunities that as the game goes on, I look pretty closely at, because as you said, Cards do grow into these games typically. So doing well with those opportunities is going to be a critical point of focus, in my opinion, for the Bulldogs, and so far, handling it pretty well.
That's her first miss at the line of 4 attempts. But again, a 1-point lead for the visitors. Here's Owens driving, shooting high off the glass, no good. A great rebound by Brunkow. And the jump ball, which goes to Baldwin. Already a 3rd jump ball, and Brunkow comes away holding her right wrist and thumb, looks like. That might be something to keep an eye on. Cardinals going to pressure this inbound, but Audrey Cyril able to get past everybody.
All alone. When you're dangerous from 3, if you're the Bulldogs, it definitely makes getting into the paint a little easier. That's definitely something really nice they've given themselves early on here. Cards fighting like crazy to keep them out of the paint with ease now, and it's working.
This is Cheyenne Brunker.
But you can tell the Bulldogs definitely enjoying the opportunity of how much room they've got from 3. Now just comes a small matter of capitalizing on them like they were early.
Warren snagged the loose ball, draws a foul. It's a 3rd foul against Baldwin. And now or rather a 4th. And now the shot clock is off. Which actually I don't even need to mention. I've got the shot clock on the screen for this one. So now you can see it rather than me having to relay what it's got on there. Jayla Coulter checks back in. Cards are going to try and grab the lead right at the death of this first quarter. Coulter drives, shoots again through contact. No foul. Bulldogs might have a chance to add to this lead. This is Griffith. She'll just heave it up. It wasn't so bad. But it will be a 1-point lead for the Baldwin Bulldogs after a quarter.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115. To schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at VarsitySportsLive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
All right, second quarter action here. The Bulldogs lead in the home of the Cardinals, but not for long. Peyton Lewis gives the Cardinals the lead here with the first possession of the second quarter. But an interesting one here, Hayden. We shouldn't be so surprised. We said that this Bulldogs team is a good team, but their record sits at 6-10. That's not the most impressive. Here is Ava Dye to try to add to the Cardinals' lead, and that's just what she will do. And it's only because we see how good this Cardinals team is that we're saying, wow, look at this. Look at them trailing after a quarter, and the Bulldogs keeping right there step for step. They're doing so better than some of the best teams in terms of record that we've seen them come up against. It was 11 win. Was it Tongi that had 11 wins, or was it Ottawa? I forget. But the two of those teams we've come up against recently, very strong on paper, and the Cardinals had no trouble dispatching of them. So it is just a big credit to the Bulldogs. They're able to keep up, and actually more than keep up. They have been able to control this game for a large majority of that first quarter.
Yeah, and even though this one still looks close, this is an important possession to me because you and I have seen so many times the Cardinals take a lead, and if they're able to get a couple of strong possessions, they can really take control of a game quickly when it didn't look like they did. So I think it's kind of an important junction here for the Bulldogs. Even if you don't take the lead, you've got to show that you've still got that step-for-step ability with them. Otherwise, the Cardinals can kind of run right back to that comfortable range they've been in most of the year.
Well, and they've already got a 3-point lead here despite starting the quarter behind. And they have the ball in their hands. Dieterding's going to try and double the lead. And that will not be what happens. Emmy Nye comes down with it. She's been dangerous, has 6 points thus far. We didn't really see, I don't think we saw her attempt a 3-point shot in the second half of that first quarter.
That one off the hands of Coulter. Will remain a Cardinals possession, though.
Again, though, they have been able to infiltrate the paint, which has really, really been a challenge for many an opponent of the Cards.
Yep.
The Bulldogs are kind of making it look easy right now. It's going to be a matter of can they capitalize, which so far they have been able to either score or draw a shooting foul on a few occasions. If they can continue to do that, they will be able to play how they are playing, which you mentioned, having good 3-point shooters also makes that easier because the Cardinals need to commit defenders in different areas.
Sure.
So I think the Bulldogs are working on a recipe for success here. It's just going to be, can they keep it up and can they execute on the shot opportunities that they create?
Yeah, against a 12-2 team, it's truly just a small matter of staying ahead of that team, which is not an easy thing to do, but I'm extremely impressed so far what we've seen from these Baldwin Lady Bulldogs. They've done a really good job early on here, and they're going to try to keep that fight going.
Cyril
possession
does get that back after it was knocked to her by Nye, but they could not hold on to it. That's normally what happens to anybody that dares to enter the paint against the Cardinals. Ava Dye can't drop that one.
Cardinals are giving opportunities, definitely getting a lot more aggressive on defense, as you said, looking more like themselves. But they're definitely still giving some opportunities for the Bulldogs here, so capitalizing is going to remain a trend that I think will be important for the rest of the game, truly.
Scobie lays this one off for Neufeld. This is Griffith, and now Nye. She's dangerous from 3. Oh my goodness! Not just that, she did it over a defender's head.
From about a mile away, too.
Up to 9 points in the game. Dieterding can't get that one. So we are tied once again.
Wow. What an improbable shot.
Emmy Nye, only a junior. Seems like she's a fantastic player. Going to be a foul on the ground.
And I got to wonder, Reed, we don't have a whole lot to go off of in this round, but when we mention really strong three-point shooters on this Baldwin Bulldogs team, it almost makes me wonder how many of them have that established capability of it, because we're not watching as many of the games. But if that were the case, that would, in theory, explain why the Cardinals were leaving so much room in the paint early on. If these Bulldogs had established that capability from three, which they were showing off here in this game, well, they still are.
Cards going to try and grab their lead back, but triple coverage in the paint is going to force an error from Ava Dye. This feels like it's the Cardinals are playing well, but maybe not to where they'd want to be. But I think this is just a good game of basketball right now. I don't think we're seeing either team play poorly. I think this is just two evenly matched teams, and I think it's going to be exciting to see how this one continues. A giveaway by Nye. Here's Dieterding. She's got 4 defenders against her. Dye now again against 4. Lewis by herself can't get it. The rebound is taken down by Shea Griffith.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't say the Cardinals are playing poorly. Definitely not up to their regular standard, but this is by no means a bad start for the Cardinals. The Bulldogs are just matching them better than pretty much every other team the Cardinals have played.
Yeah. Dieterding takes this down. Coulter driving in a 1v3. Dye in the corner. She'll go for it. Oh, nearly got it.
I think you just worded it perfectly. Trying to find more words to put to it. This is truly just two pretty evenly matched teams playing pretty good, clean basketball right here so far. Cardinals definitely, I wouldn't think they're looking at this one as a game that they're just going to run away with down the stretch. The Bulldogs are playing really competitive basketball right now, but the Cardinals defense starting to look a little more like themselves.
The bounce pass for Coulter is swiped away. And it's going to be a jump ball there as Nye and Coulter both had hands on the ball. 4th jump ball we've seen called in the game.
Speaks to how closely these two teams are fighting for possessions.
Here's Nye. She might just pull up from there. No, she passes to Brunker. There is a corner 3. No good there from Cheyenne Brunker. And now Coulter has it poked away by Brunker.
Wow.
She gets a high five from her teammate. Appreciative of the effort for her to chase down after giving it away.
Yeah, the Bulldogs faithful is certainly going to love that, but that actually might have been a little bit of a blessing in disguise for Coulter. She had 2 defenders trailing her close. Fresh opportunity for the Cardinals here, and Ava Dye didn't miss.
And I think that's an and one as well.
I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing here from the Bulldogs. Cardinals fighting back really, really well. And Dye going to have an opportunity to give the Cardinals a lead that still feels slim, what might normally feel comfortable.
That one won't go, but Lewis comes away with it. Dye spinning against triple coverage. And a travel will get called on her.
And you're seeing a lot of the normal bag of tricks that all these Lady Cards players are usually able to pull in the paint that works so well. That spin move from Ava Dye is something she will utilize all the time. Bulldogs stopping it right now, Reed.
Bulldogs call a timeout, down by a couple. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break as well.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, back out of the Baldwin timeout. They've got the ball here. Really just a close game here. Just a good game of basketball.
Yes.
you hate to say it, but it's just the way that the Cardinals play. A lot of the times it creates a game that's not actually all that interesting, except for the fact that the Cardinals are having a good time playing ball, as Dye can't get that one to go.
Which for us as Cardinals fans, great. For us as broadcasters, this is really fun.
But this is actually a very hotly contested and really clean game of basketball. We are seeing good basketball here, and I'm excited to see that continue.
And I'll tell you what,
doesn't hurt that the Cardinals are also a couple points to the good.
This is true. I keep wanting to kind of fall into the trap of thinking that any slim lead the Cardinals get is just going to grow immediately as the Baldwin defense again pokes it away.
She was hoping a teammate would have maybe called that for her. That's twice now that Cheyenne Brunker has come down and swiped the ball away.
That is the second time she's done it.
That one goes off the foot of Scobie, and we're going to see another jump ball called here. This time it will go the way of Eudora.
So the thought I was trying to mention that keeps getting interrupted by all the chaos, I keep getting tempted to fall into the usual thought process with the Cardinals of any lead is just going to grow and they're going to immediately become comfortable. But this isn't looking like that kind of game. It could still happen, but it would kind of have to appear out of thin air, because with the trends we're seeing right now, it seems like the Bulldogs are going to stick around in this one.
Coulter gets that one to go. It almost looked like it slipped out of her hands, but it dropped right in for her to get her first couple points, and the Cardinals have a 4-point lead.
So again, not going to treat it like it's do or die, but a significant possession here for the Bulldogs. Cards defense knows it.
Well, their defense has also been putting up some strong performances, but Nye drains it. I was going to say they've been presenting themselves chances to return, as they're going to call another timeout. But you're right, it was important, and Emmy Nye drained an important basket there to bring it back within one. These Bulldogs won't go away. Hayden, is there something, at this point we haven't even seen the paint be much of an issue for a while. Is there something else the Cardinals can change, or do they just need to stay with what they're doing? What are you thinking for what's going on here?
I mean, for a team that's built this way, for a team that's this well coached and coordinated, you're never going to feel scared in a close game down the stretch. You're always going to have a degree of confidence that you're going to be able to work it out. But I do think you want to be able to, you want to try to look for ways to be effective in the paint. You want to find ways to get those reliable high percentage points. If you're not able to, what they're doing right now is certainly working. They've got dangerous three-point shooters, but I don't think you stop looking for it. If they're able to find consistent opportunities to get those easier points, you certainly want to take them. The problem is the Bulldogs aren't giving them any room right now.
Lewis from the corner drains it. That's big. The 4-point lead comes right back out of the timeout.
And you got to think the Bulldogs called that timeout hoping, all right, we got close, let's regroup, let's keep it going. Cardinals throw a wrench in that truly immediately.
Here's Nye at the edge of the paint. Shoots it. Wow, that is a fantastic shot. 14 points for number 14.
Nye has been making incredible shots all night long. He's such an impactful shooter. Cardinals offense certainly still looking composed, but a bit more stakes to it this time around as Dieterding goes no good from three.
Brunker comes down with that. 20 seconds to go. This could be the last possession. Bulldogs could try and send us to the halftime break tied, or maybe even regain that 1-point lead they had at the end of the first quarter. Here's Brunker, now Nye. She'll drive, goes up, and Dieterding shuts it down, and they call a jump ball. So that goes to Baldwin. It'll be their inbound. They will send in a couple different players to try and capitalize on this opportunity. Cami Collum and Audrey Cyril. And the Cardinals will send in Izzy Brunkow and Lori Brooks to try and shut down this inbound opportunity with 4.4 seconds to go.
I love this. I love everything about this situation.
It's going to be Chloe Neufeld. She's looking at Nye, but goes to Griffith. 3 seconds. Griffith drives, shoots, nothing. And it'll end up coming scoreless. Griffith looking at her coach, wanting something to go differently for them. So it's a 2-point lead for the Cards, but we have got a close one here. Halftime show is next on Eudora Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganachi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
All right, welcome in here to our halftime show brought to you by Attic Storage of Eudora. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, and clean move-in ready spaces. They are a veteran-owned, community-focused business, and they feature monitored 24/7 access with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. An interesting one here, Hayden. It is 24-22. The Cards got a 3-point win in that second quarter after a 1-point loss in the first quarter. We talked about it seems like we're in for a great game of basketball. I hope the second half continues that way. But if it does continue that way, the Cardinals might not come out victorious.
Yeah, it's been such a fascinating first half to me. We mentioned about midway through, it's not a knock on the Cardinals at all. I mean, this is not the kind of first half where we're going to be preaching about how poorly the Cardinals played and how they've left the door open and they've given this opportunity to an inferior team. That's not the story right now. The story right now is that the Cardinals have given a couple of opportunities, and they've immediately been met with equal resistance, I'd say, from the Baldwin Bulldogs. They've done a phenomenal job. We mentioned earlier that their record didn't tell the story of how good of a team they were. But I don't think even you and I expected that we'd be all the way to the midway point of this game and they would still be hanging around with, I'd say, just as much capability to win this game as the Cards do. It's been fascinating.
Yeah, one performer specifically I'm looking at is Ava Dye. She's got 6 points thus far, but I think that if she starts to click and play, I think that she has been the player of the season for the Cardinals. And so it seems like she is, maybe a little bit off right now. And I think that if she were to start clicking, the Cardinals could create that gap that they'll be looking for.
Absolutely.
But yeah, right now the Bulldogs have been able to not neutralize anybody, but keep the Cardinals within reach. And really, it's actually, I think the Cardinals, we're looking at 24 points at halftime. Again, the Cardinals are putting out the output they want, but the Bulldogs are just matching it right now. And so it's going to be a matter of if they can continue that. It'll be very interesting to see. We're going to take another break here on our Attic Storage of Eudora halftime show.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, service.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Hey, I'm Mike Grope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health.
The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change.
All right, we are back here for the start of the second half. The Cards up by 2 and begin with the ball. Lewis already thinking about a 3. It's an interesting one. We talked about it in the break. Cards and
tough pass.
Bulldogs are close here, and the Bulldogs take this one away. Their defense has been able to provide them with opportunities, and sometimes their offense is not exactly taking them immediately, but the Cardinals not doing the same. That's why this game has stayed very close. We have not seen anybody pull more than 5 points away from the opponent.
Which is rare, Reed, because we've seen the Cardinals get multiple possession leads today. And usually when the Cardinals do that, that is the sign that they're just going to...
Oh, going down there is
Nicely
Tammy
done.
Collum. Looks like she's all right.
Keeps possession, too. It's impressive.
Going for the 3, Griffith. Not so far off. She was doing that because of the shot clock. Coulter will come away with it. A little bit of a scrappy start here, but just these two teams being determined, fighting for it. Another player down for Baldwin. That's Scobie. Corner 3, no good, and that one will go out. It'll be a Baldwin basketball.
And you hope Scobie's okay. Looks like she's going to head off the court here. She was in position to grab that one if she would have been in better shape, but
holding her
looks
head,
to be
so
struggling.
It'll be something to keep an eye on. I'm sure she might just need some time, which that's what they will give her. They send on Cheyenne Brunker, not somebody the Cardinals are excited to see enter the floor, honestly.
Not at all. No, she's been all over the place, and you mentioned in the halftime break quite a bit. There are things the Cardinals can do. As a big pull from 3 here, not going to go. There are things that the Cardinals can do that would give them a significant edge in terms of scoring potential in this game. For example, you said if Ava Dye starts firing a little bit more, somebody like Jayla Coulter popping up, having a couple of big threes or a good quarter. But right now the Bulldogs have shown that they've got the capacity to be able to just match what the Cardinals do, which is a really good position, because against a team like this, sometimes finding yourself in a shootout with a chance to win is a win in of itself.
Nye wants the lead, won't get it. It will still be a Baldwin ball, though. Excuse me, a Baldwin ball, though.
It's Friday. It's been a week. And Reed, I wonder, I'll think out loud a little bit here. Wonder what kind of trends we're going to see in this third quarter as we're on the shallow end of it so far. You wonder if things are going to slow down quite a bit, or if both teams are going to make a conscious effort to keep it going.
Nye does grab the lead. Maybe that'll be a trend that we'll see. Hayden Emmy Nye has 17 points in this game. She is dangerous.
Yeah, in all honesty, I asked the question because I almost expected things to slow down a little bit, and then
points. That's rebounds.
Emmy Nye immediately comes in and says, no, we're going to keep scoring. Ava Dye was a little slow to her feet there, but looks as if she's gotten up just fine.
We have seen 3 lead changes in this game. That was the first basket of this third quarter. Emmy Nye's 3 gives her team the lead. Mike Lewis formulate a response. The mid-range shot, no good, and they will come down with it. Griffith grabs that one. Here's Brunker. The bounce pass into Collum, and a travel call ends the Baldwin possession.
And Reed, I'll ask you here, Cardinals getting possession, so not maybe a super relevant one, but if the Cardinals were to fall down a possession or two in this game, do you think they would still find themselves fairly comfortable, or do you think this Baldwin team has shown enough substance that you'd feel kind of pressured?
Well, they have trailed by 4 at one point in this game, so I think that would still be okay. Here's Brunkow. But I think a real question would be if they start to trail by 8 or more, maybe you hit 10, that's going to be pretty much uncharted territory. I mean, it's happened in the tournament play for the Lady Cards. And I think that we would likely see them buckle down, their determination only rise rather than anything else. As Ava Dye, she was somebody we called on in the halftime show, drains that one through serious contact to give the Cards the lead and go to the line.
And serious contact in the paint today is nothing Ava Dye's been a stranger to. She has been halted in her tracks multiple times in the paint where she's usually able to slide through easily.
And she drains that one. I think that would definitely qualify Hayden as her stepping up or growing into the game to where she wants to be. But Brunker quickly gets a response.
And I don't want to ever mention it as if it's something you want to do intentionally, but you mentioned uncharted territory for the Cards. This is kind of uncharted territory. They rarely see this kind of situation throughout a season.
Great pass between Coulter and Dye, and she's got double digits with 11 now.
But you can learn from this, is my point. You don't want to find yourself in the situation intentionally, but it's an opportunity to find out what kind of team and what kind of players you can be when you're in a high-pressure situation against a team that you look at on paper and go, we should be beating this team.
Dieterding with a beautiful spin, and she'll go to the free throw line.
So we'll cap that one off. We're about 3 possessions into that thought, but I don't think this is a bad situation for the Cards to be in, if nothing else for the sake of experience. They can learn a lot about themselves and what kind of team they are from this spot.
Only Dieterding's 3rd point with that free throw. She does get them both to go. The Cards up 4. That is, in the context of this game, a sizable lead. As Brunker, though, will quickly, or no, rather, Collum will quickly grab a shooting foul to the line. She goes where she is 3 of 4 thus far.
I mean, what a gift you and I have to be able to say 4 points is a sizable lead halfway through the 3rd quarter. It's been that kind of game today. Opportunity to take the largest lead of the day just about for the Bulldogs. Will roll.
And she continues to be very effective from the line. 5 of 6 now. And brings it back within just 2. Coulter putting the handles on Brunker, finds Brunkow, and Brunkow scores. Been waiting for the Brunker versus Brunkow matchup. It hasn't really played out yet.
As strong as they are both defensively, you would think that would happen pretty quick. But
yeah.
Oh, beautiful hand of the ball by Lewis. Somehow possession stays with the Bulldogs.
And what's going to be the call here? A foul on the floor. Worth mentioning, Logan Scobie, number 0, is checked back in for the Bulldogs. She left a hand on her head earlier, so that is good to see. Dieterding is hit with that foul, her first, team's 2nd, and it's a Baldwin inbound. Here is Scobie, mid-range 2-point shot, no good. Brunker with the solid rebound. This is Collum, out again, now Nye. Coulter does a good job to shut that shot down, and then Lewis. Is this going to be a 3-point shooting foul? That's exactly what it is. So Emmy Nye will get 3 free throws after Peyton Lewis gets hit with her 2nd foul.
There's a situation you don't see play out too often.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if we've seen it this season.
No, I don't think
Cards. So. If she gets all of these, she will hit 20 points in the game. That is exactly what she will do. Emmy Nye having a night and having a season for this Bulldogs team.
Yep.
But this is a special performance right here, it feels like, against the best team in the Frontier League, the reigning champs.
Beautifully done by Dieterding there, though.
Dieterding always had her eyes on the basket, up to 6 points. Collum somehow found Brunker.
Wow.
And the corner 3 there, that was Chloe Neufeld, nearly went for her.
If that one would have gone, that would have been one of the wildest sequences to lead to points for a team that I've seen. And that one was in the hands of Cardinals securely at least once.
Dieterding gets a bit of a pick there from Dye. They'll try it again. Dye wants the 3, won't get it. Loose ball taken down by Collum. She's in a 2v3 here. Bounces it out for Scobie, who can't get it.
And I almost think it's going to go the other way as soon as I say it, but this game is seemingly slowing down just a little in terms of scoring, definitely not in terms of action. Still plenty of that to go around here.
Ava Dye came up slow looking at her ankle, but does track back now.
That is the second time that we've seen her a little bit slow to her feet. Nothing to worry about, but something to note.
Cheyenne Brunker in the corner, Neufeld.
Brunkow poking that one out.
Couple players each waiting to come into the game. 5 on the shot clock. Collum might have to pull this one. It'll be Scobie. Not that bad of an effort, but it doesn't go. And then a travel called on Brunker on the floor. So now that will allow Shay Griffith, Audrey Cyril, Lori Brooks, and Avery Warren to come in.
The other thing that's been pretty evenly matched today is these fouls and penalties have really gone both ways for both teams. I mean, it's not like one team's been very composed and very clean and the other one has been committing all kinds of fouls. It's been what you'd see in a close game. As you mentioned early on, that's tracked so far through.
Certainly this will be a jinx, but we haven't seen either side enter into the bonus either. Coulter drives, shoots, scores. Those are her first points. There's another player that could get going for the Cards and really help them pull away. Yep, my bad. She's up to 4 points. I had credited some points for 31 to 32. Jacqueline Shockley, another sophomore. Coulter up to 4.
I probably could have let it go, but I heard first points.
Right,
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I think I got that.
But it is still something she still could get going. I mean, she had a 20-point game not too long ago. Here's
Absolutely.
Dieterding, who had a great game on Thursday or on a Wednesday. It was a Tuesday. Last game. Her last game was good.
Yeah, I'm not going to act like I remember. Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
Earlier this week. That one is correct for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 5-point lead. Again, I'm done acting like the Bulldogs are in danger of getting blown out here. We are firmly out of that territory, I think. But 5 points down, significant enough. You really want to score on these possessions. They all have quite a bit of weight to them here in this Cardinals defense, as aggressive as they've been all day.
Nye wants that one. That was always going to be difficult on the move, basically. She tried to get that 3-point shot off.
Yep.
Dieterding traveling through a couple players, dribbling through a couple players, gets it poked away, but Lewis retains possession, drives a great ball to find Warren, and she can't get it.
Oh, so nearly.
Cyril comes down.
That was a beauty of an opportunity in that possession for the Cardinals. If they could have, not even a 3, but just gotten some points out of it, you could have really started that snowball that could turn into one of those more comfortable leads that's so characteristic of them. But Bulldogs sticking around here, Reed.
I feel like the Bulldogs need to get one more basket before we head to the 4th, but now the Cards with no shot clock.
Sounds like they know it too.
Yeah, they will slow things down here with that 5-point lead. They'll try and maybe add a little bit to it right at the end. Here's Coulter across. Wow, way too much on that one.
And an opportunity
so there will
given.
be a chance for the Bulldogs.
12.8, still quite a bit to work with.
Brunkow Owens in. Coulter and Lewis out.
So I'll ask you, does this need to be a 3 in your opinion in order for you to feel good, or just 2 points? Okay.
You'd love a 3, and that's where they're more comfortable shooting from.
Absolutely.
If it is a 3, that would be huge for momentum. But just a basket would be great.
Cardinals defense doing what they did at the end of the half here.
Swarming, oh my goodness. Here's
Same thing.
Nye. You don't want the ball in her hands if you're the Cards, but that one will come up short. So it's a 5-point lead as we head into the 4th. Still a close one here, but the Cardinals building a little bit of wiggle room.
What a game.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Okay, fourth quarter action. Both teams have all 5 timeouts, and the Cards have a 5-point lead and the ball. It was a 2-point quarter win there for them. But this Bulldogs team has been able to keep scoring at a good rate. Owens with a great finish.
And I'll pose to you at this point, Brunkow really aggressive there, might have gotten that one. She did not.
Wow.
Nye holds on.
Able to find Brunker, who then cannot maintain possession. Here's Warren in a 1v3. She'll slow things down, let her teammates catch up. Dieterding can't get that to go, but Brooks with the rebound and the putback. And that'll be a Baldwin timeout.
Nicely done.
The Cardinals all of a sudden have a 9-point lead.
I was going to ask you before that quick break, Reed, at what point, if you're the Bulldogs, do you start going, all right, we don't want the Cardinals to have this big of a lead. We really need to get some points and not let them start to walk away with this one in these couple possessions. And almost immediately following, they do just that again.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure what for the Bulldogs to do, because they've been trying both the 3-point shot and trying to work into the paint. Maybe they could attack the paint a little harder than they've done this second half. I'm not quite sure. But I don't think that they have done a bad job of continuing what has worked for them on offense, but the shots just haven't been going at a constant rate here, which they have not been doing so for either team. And that's seen the Cardinals get a bit of a nice lead here at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know for the Bulldogs if they felt like they wanted to try and focus on the 3 ball, because at this point you kind of need something like that.
Yes.
But that's really what they've actually been trying pretty hard, is to stick with the 3. So maybe they could try and attack the paint. I'm not quite sure. I'm also not a basketball coach, but we'll see how they want to try and approach that.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder how differently you want things to look as far as your attack style and your game plan goes. Do you want to completely change things up, or do you go with what's been working and you just start trusting that those shots start falling a bit more? It's a tough spot to be in, especially against a team that doesn't like to give back leads.
Brunker. This is Scobie. Already more than a minute gone in this fourth quarter.
Nice pass there.
Griffith. Is that going to be an and one for her? My word, how did she do that?
Wow. It was a beautiful pass to set it up. The shot looked extremely ill-fated to me, but doesn't matter what the fate was, came up with points.
She could not make it into a 3-point play. Would have been big if she had been able to, but still big to get those couple points. And they will now get the ball again here. It'll be Chloe Neufeld to take this inbound. So a chance to make more progress back. The Bulldogs have presented themselves these opportunities quite a few times this game.
They have.
Can they do something with it here? Cyril, oh yes!
Nailed it.
That's her first point tonight. Last year, she was an all-league honorable mention for the Bulldogs.
And just like that, you look up, it's a 4-point game again.
That is big there for the Bulldogs. Brunkow tried to knock that towards Warren. I actually don't know if she tried to. Did knock it towards Warren. Warren did everything she could to try and keep it in, because she knows that they do not want to give away another free possession of the Bulldogs, but that is exactly what just happened.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I did not I knew the Bulldogs were capable of it, but I wasn't necessarily sure that they would come back and shrink that gap down, and they've done a good job to make it much closer, even though the comeback not yet complete, still work to be done. And again, being able to hit from 3 consistently does so much good for your offense in terms of what you're able to do in the paint, because you're able to threaten the perimeter that much more. You can tell the threat's working here.
Neufeld out here for Column from 3, and it's good! She's up to 10 points. She had 14 in the first matchup with the Cardinals earlier this season, and has brought her team within 1 despite them only a moment ago trailing by 9, and they're going to have a chance to take the lead now. Here's Emmy Nye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldogs have walked right back into the Cardinals' nest in this one against a team that it's almost been a death sentence this year. If they get close to a double-digit lead, the Bulldogs are staring that trend dead in the eye and saying, not us.
Brunkow gets hit with the foul. She is not happy with that call.
First personal, second team foul.
So with 5:07 to go, all the drama back in this one, which for a second it felt like maybe the drama was done here for the night, but absolutely not.
No. What a job by these Bulldogs tonight, Reed, regardless of the outcome.
Here's a shot mid-range. Bulldogs cannot grab the lead through Column. Cardinals teammates fought over that rebound.
Yep. Organization gonna matter here. You don't want to look sloppy here. You want to do your best to stay composed, stay organized.
Dieterding can't get that to go, and the rebound is brought down by Emmy Nye.
And if Dieterding is able to sink one of those threes, this place would go absolutely berserk. That would feel like a big turn of momentum for the Cards. Still waiting for it to come.
Emmy Nye 3 right now. We might not have to imagine it. She pulls up and can't get it to go. It was rebounded by the Bulldogs, but Chloe Neufeld couldn't hold on to it against 3 defenders. And then Ava Dye gave it to Scobie, who traveled. She could not set her feet. She was completely caught off guard by the fact that the ball was passed to her.
She was gifted a pass and almost started going for the rim as if she was in phase on offense.
I can't read her mind, but I think that Ava Dye was expecting Coulter to be there. They're just normally on the exact same page at all times.
Yep.
But she was not there and put it right into the waiting arms of Scobie, but she couldn't set her feet. So it's still a Cardinals ball despite the somewhat silly giveaway. And now Lewis will go to the line with a couple free throws where she's already 2 of 3.
And although that one did go the Cards' way, I really love, from the Bulldog standpoint, something they're doing defensively. When you're forcing players like Peyton Lewis on this Cards team to take shots at that angle, you're doing a very good job. If you've got these Cards taking those very tricky off-platform shots in the fourth quarter, it's a testament to just how well you've played them all day.
And Lewis gets them both to go, giving the Cardinals a little more breathing room. Not enough, though, that Emmy Nye wouldn't be able to just tie things up with one shot. The Cardinals will take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break as well.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong?
All right, back in with 4:02 to go here in this 3-point game. This is a very interesting conclusion that we are setting up for. The high shot off the glass. Are you kidding? Cami Collum.
Of course that shot goes. It's been that kind of night.
Within one once again. In the corner, Lewis can't get it. Rebound, Ava Dye comes away with it. Dieterding. What's going to be the call here? A foul. I thought she almost was maybe going to get hit with the travel.
Yeah, you could tell she was almost ready to react if that was the call.
It's a fourth personal foul on Shea Griffith, so they will pull her out. Send in Chloe Neufeld. You know, you want to see, is this really possible that the Bulldogs beat the Cards as Dieterding? Oh my
There
word.
it goes.
And despite that three, the answer is absolutely yes, it is possible, because you want to look earlier this season, the Ottawa Cyclones, who are 13-4, they had an 8-point loss to this Bulldogs team. They are a feisty group of players.
Quick
they will
response
continue here with Neufeld getting a couple points. So they absolutely are capable of this.
And going back to that Bryn Dieterding three right there, I think that one, despite not growing the lead ultimately by more than just a point after it's all said and done, I think that's so big for momentum. She's been trying that shot all day as here goes Brunkow from deep downtown, and that one won't go. I think Bryn Dieterding has been trying to get that shot all day long. You can tell she's grown a little frustrated at times by it not going, and it could not have come at a more opportune time.
This is Cami Collum up to 12 points. I mentioned she had 14 in the first matchup. 2:20 to go. The dangerous Emmy Nye, 20 points to her name. Hands it off to Neufeld. Oh, and off the foot of Scobie.
Straight off the hands. Can't do that.
Dye finds Lewis. She's in a one-on-one with Scobie and will draw a shooting foul.
What a costly mistake. And it's a self-inflicted one too, but against this team, especially if they make the free throws go. In the last 2.5 minutes of a game against this team, you just can't do that, Reed.
You want to look for the last time that the Bulldogs won in Eudora, February 2nd of 2019.
Wow.
Now, they did get a win over the Cards just a couple years ago, but that was in Baldwin and only a 1-point win. But this was in a year that the Bulldogs, in 2019, they went 21-2. And they got a 5-point win, or rather, excuse me, a 12-point win over the Cardinals here in the Cardinal Arena.
Timeout call by the Cardinals. It's a 30-second tie.
Cards call a timeout. Hayden, 2:08 to go in this game. What are the Bulldogs' chances? What do they need to do?
The Bulldogs' chances aren't zero. They're solid. At this point, you've got enough time left that you're not fully looking over at the Cards and saying, we just need something to go wrong. But that's part of it. I think you need at least one significant error from the Cardinals that then gets capitalized on.
Okay.
That's not just, oh, the Cardinals need to make a mistake. It's also punishing them for it. They can win without it, but they would need to play very, very well offensively and defensively, finishing with points and then getting possessions back. I think that would help, though. I think if they're able to take one mistake the Cardinals make in these final 2 minutes, whatever that may be, and they capitalize with their own points, this is very much a winnable game for them, but the margin for error is getting thinner.
I'm thinking the recipe for success includes at least one more 3-point shot.
100%.
Here is Griffith going for one, and that one will not go. Coulter comes away with it. Dieterding tells her, slow things down.
And the intriguing thing about this is the Bulldogs' defense has been so capable and so aggressive. You don't doubt that they can force a mistake. You don't doubt that they can get the Bulldogs a big possession.
Oh, and Dieterding almost has that poked away by Neufeld. Still under all kinds of pressure. Turns to her coach saying, what am I supposed to do here? 5 on the shot clock. Dye will spin and shoot. Wow, are you kidding?
She's been building towards that all day long. The frustration in the paint for Ava Dye has got to be real. And she pays it off late in the game, and it is huge.
They hit the 50-point mark. She hits 13 points and will go to the line where she is 1 of 2 at this point.
Man, that was massive. And with almost half the time off the clock since we last talked about the state of this game, that one looks bigger.
And the rebound was by Coulter, and that's going to send the Cards into the bonus, so she will be going to the line.
Foul shot by number 14, Emmy Nye. First personal, 15 foul.
This is one of those big opportune moments for the Cardinals. Coulter does sink the first.
And she is able to get up to 6 points in the game and give the Cardinals an 8-point lead here as we approach the death of this game. Is that a foul off the ball by Baldwin? What are we saying here? I think he's pointed both ways now. No, it was an off-ball foul by the Cardinals. Jayla Coulter pushed Logan Scopey to the floor, it looked like. It's a third personal foul and a third team foul. Now the recipe definitely has a 3 in it. It might have a couple at this point. Bulldogs down by a large margin. It could also be a 3-point play.
I think we can safely say it's a couple,
my,
but points like that help a lot too.
What a finish. Neufeld up to 4 points.
Goodness, what a shot.
And they call a timeout.
All right.
50 seconds to go. Yeah, I think now we are certainly in the territory where the Cardinals would have to commit a mistake.
A pretty big one at this point.
And I think it has to be an Emmy Nye 3 at this point. We've also seen Cyril and Column drain some threes. It's Scobie also hit one. So
if there's anyone whose hands you want to put it in, though, if you've got the opportunity,
yeah,
it is Nye without a doubt.
She hit those 3 free throws on that foul by Peyton Lewis that sent her to the line for 3, and that was how she hit 20 points. She has not scored again since, and so I don't know if that's a credit to the Cardinals' defense or if the Bulldogs have just been able to score through other avenues, but you want the ball in her hand. She is on fire tonight. It's crazy. She only had, 8 points in the first matchup, but she has gone off tonight. They have it marked here in the notes that she is the best 3-point shooter. We have seen that for sure.
Yes.
And that has been a big, big weapon for them. And with 50 seconds to go, 3 timeouts apiece, and maybe crucially the Cardinals in the bonus, it's going to have to be a very perfect and ideal finish for the Bulldogs if they are going to bring this game close again or maybe more.
Yeah, at this point, mistakes and wasted possessions are almost completely off the table. You can't have those at this point. Cardinals going to do all they can to try to put the nail in the coffin here. But the Bulldogs defense.
Fighting so hard, Chloe Neufeld. Yeah, this is going to be the type of situation where we might see fouling, the Cardinals being in the bonus, but also anything like a travel or a missed pass, anything that gives away a possession cheaply, whether that's by the Cardinals or by the Bulldogs, will be absolutely massive. Neufeld did get hit with a foul there right in front of our desk, so Coulter will be sent to the line where she just went 2 of 2 a moment ago. And she drains them both.
Well done on the composure in a big spot to get some critical points for her team as well.
Yeah, so it's an 8-point lead once again, which is a lot bigger than 6 when it comes down to it.
Yes. Yeah, 6 are looking at it and going, it's not ideal, but 2 shots and we're back in it. 2 shots if all goes well. Now you're looking at it and it's minimum 3 and 2 of them still have to be 3s. It's a tough spot to be.
Warren will come in for, I think it was for Coulter, who had already left. Looks like she's being checked on by the trainer, actually. Looks like she's all right. This is Column Griffith, they've got 35 seconds, need to get a shot off quick. It's going to be a jump ball, which favors Baldwin.
Jump ball will stay with the Bulldogs.
Ultimately feels like wasted time, though. You really would have loved to go to the line if you're not getting points out of that possession. They can certainly still work with it, though.
Impressive play.
Wow.
Dieterding stopped Knife, she was already looking at the basket, ready to take that three-point shot. So now the Bulldogs have to slow things down a bit. Push to the floor is Scobie. It's scoring off the glass is Collum.
That's necessary. It's a good thing still.
And it looks like we've seen another timeout called here. Collum has matched her 14 points that she had in game 1 of this matchup. I don't know if there's much more to say at this point, Hayden, but we are not. I don't know. It's there for them, but it's just going to take a lot. We've seen it, though, specifically in the boys' games this season for the Cardinals.
Yes.
It is not out of the question, but it's going to take a lot at this point.
And ultimately, that last possession may not feel huge because you didn't get the 3, but they needed to get 2 points somewhere in the mix to get back into it. I mean, based on the way the math works, that was still technically a win for them as far as that possession goes, but you're right, it's looking, we won't say heavily stacked against them, but the deck is certainly not sitting in the Bulldogs' favor, although this game still has a pulse.
Bulldogs need to get this away quickly. They can't even really think about fouling down by 6, but I think that's what they're going to do here. Oh, they're going to be a jump ball, which is fine. It's still Eudora possession, but now they could create another jump ball and snag possession away.
Yep.
And this time they will foul. I'm a little surprised by that decision just because they're gonna basically be hoping the Cardinals miss both shots here.
Sure, you're banking on them missing both.
But also, even if they just miss one or make both, you could still go and make a 3.
Right.
I guess they're really just banking on progress here in terms of get it out of their hands, preserve as much time as possible, and go give us a chance to score and get it closer. And they will benefit at least one, or at least be able to benefit one, as Dye can't get that to go.
Say the bad news in a situation like this is you're putting all the pressure in the Cards' hands, but the good news is you're also putting all the pressure in their hands.
Up to 14 for Dye. Gotta move quickly if you're the Bulldogs. And Griffith can't get that shot away. Lewis swipes it.
That's gonna
make
it look much better.
Did manage to foul Dye, so she'll go back to the line. Bulldogs not going to give up on this one.
Man,
but at this point, it feels like it could run away from him. Or could have run away from him.
It's in a way heartbreaking to see another close game for them that looks like it's going to end not in their favor because we've seen the effort they've put up. I mean, they've given the Cards as much fight as anyone has throughout this entire season, as the first one goes good for Ava Dye. Just tough to see a similar result playing out before us yet again.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be the type of performance where the players are interested in moral victories, but
no,
they really can come away feeling very good about giving the reigning Frontier League champs a serious run for their money. It'll be a 9-point victory for the Cardinals, but a fantastic game of basketball. The Eudora end up edging out in the end. We will take a break, come back, have our post-game show, and then turn into pregame for the boys matchup. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Everybody can make something. because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas.
Postgame show brought to you by Eudora Animal Hospital. For 40 years, Eudora Animal Hospital has been caring for pets and livestock with fair pricing, trusted service, and compassionate care. Pet owners from across the region trust their four-legged friends to Eudora Animal Hospital. To learn more, visit eudoravet.com. A 57-48 win for the Cardinals in the end. A game that had 4 lead changes. It was very back and forth for a long time. We didn't see either team have more than a 5-point lead. But in the end, the Cardinals did pull away. The Bulldogs, though, really gave them a run for their money. What did you make of the whole performance, Hayden? What does it mean for the Cardinals, and what does it mean for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, looking at the whole performance as a whole, I mean, first off, so impressive for the Bulldogs. As you mentioned, they are not going to be looking for moral victories. They are not going to be as pleasantly surprised with themselves as you and I are. However, we rarely see teams walk in here. As you mentioned, we've seen much better teams on paper walk in here and get completely put out like a light against this Cardinals team. And then the 6-win Bulldogs walk in here. You and I had said they're going to be better than the record. I don't know if either of us expected to get into the fourth quarter and have it very much be a winnable game for the Bulldogs and a game the Cards could lose. So much so that we started talking about the history of it. It was really impressive for them. The Cards just did what they always do. I mean, they ultimately, as the game went on, defense started getting them the possessions it needed. The offense started firing just well enough to get them that lead. And then they played clean ball all the way towards the end. We said they'd need to make a mistake, and they never made it. They never really gave that opportunity. So I think for the Cards, the outlook on the season is going to be generally positive. It's going to look really good for them. I do like the experience they gained in needing to play a close 3 quarters against a team that was going step for step with them. I think that's extremely valuable. Not a position you want to be in, but an opportunity that you're never going to be upset to get some game time against. And for the Bulldogs, I think, as you said, as we've mentioned plenty, the moral victory isn't going to matter, but it does go into the vault. It is something you keep an eye on, and you'll be able to go back to it. What does the best version of our team look like, right, as you're going throughout the season? There will be aspects, I'm sure, where you'll point to this game and go, look at how good the Cardinals were. We were doing a good job keeping them from scoring. They weren't able to go in the paint and move on us very easy early on. There are wins that the Bulldogs had in this game ultimately. The good teams just always seem to find ways to win, and I think that was evident tonight.
Yeah, a moment that really stood out to me is when the Cards got a 9-point lead right at the start of the fourth quarter, and immediately the Bulldogs got a 2-point play. They could have had an and one as well. They couldn't convert, and then immediately got it back and hit a 3 to bring it within 4. It was just like, wow, we thought maybe the Cardinals might get to pull away, but no, the Bulldogs bring it right back to be within striking distance, and that created a stressful fourth quarter for the Cards, but they did end up pulling away in the end. A really solid performance. Looking at some scoring leaders for the Cards, Lewis put up 19 in the end. We didn't really maybe give her enough credit for putting up such a great point tally in this game. Dieterding with 5. Ava Dye ended up getting 16 by when everything was all said and done. And Jayla Coulter contributing 8. Those are just some of the leading scorers from that side. I guess I can give you all the tallies. Why not? Brunkow threw up 4. Lori Brooks with a couple. Carly Owens with 2 as well. That should be everyone on the Cardinals side of things. And for the Bulldogs, Logan Scobie got 3. Shea Griffith with a couple. Cammie Collum with 14. Emmy Nye with 20. Man, was she great. Audrey Cyril put up 3. And that was it for the Bulldogs scorers in the game. But a really, really good matchup. Even though the Bulldogs fall to 6-11, they are a a really strong team, as they showed tonight, showed how and why they beat Ottawa and why they're going to continue to have a strong season here. But they could not get the better of the Cards, which is something that very few teams have been able to do in the last 2 years, let alone just this season.
Yeah.
So that will do it for this post-game show. We will come when we're back. It'll be pregame for the boys. Same matchup, Cardinals versus Bulldogs.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
All right, pregame show here brought to us once again by Fort Scott Community College. So this time it is the boys matchup, an intriguing one. Two teams with winning records, which that's the first time in a long time you can say that about the Cards. They've won 5 of their last 6, including 3 in a row. They are above 500 for the first time since late February 2025 when they were 10-9 following a win over Lewisburg. They lost to Baldwin only by 3 points on January 9th, and they swept Baldwin last year. So it's interesting, you have to look a couple years ago for the last time that the Bulldogs were able to get a win over the Cards here in Eudora. And then that's also a very interesting trend for the Bulldogs. They started this season 0-2, then they won 11 consecutive games, and now they have lost 3 straight coming into this, which includes a 6-point loss to Hayden, a 4-point loss to Spring Hill, and then an 11-point loss to Bonner Springs. So an interesting team, technically and literally a team on the downturn, despite being 11-5. And the Cardinals are a team on the up and up, just across the 500 mark, trying to avoid being put back down to 500. It's an interesting one here. Hayden, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, what am I looking forward to? These boys have put on absolute master classes for us to get to watch and call the last few weeks, so it's always easy to look forward to watching them play regardless of the opponent. But coming into this one, like you said, the trends make it fascinating. The fact that despite the record, the Bulldogs are technically trending down, and you look at that and you go, all right, one of two things is going to happen. This is either going to be the game that, regardless of how it plays out, you look at it as continuing that slide, or it's going to be the game you look at as their turning point to fire off another winning streak. The Cardinals are certainly not an easy team to do that against. We know that even against better teams on paper, they don't like to go away. I think the start early on is going to be big. How the Cardinals start and continue to play through the first half again is going to matter quite a bit. But I would expect these Bulldogs to be extremely resilient. I don't think they're a team that's going to blink being down in a deficit. I think this one should be electric. Playing clean for the Cardinals is going to be big against teams like this. You don't want to fall into a hole. But there's a lot to look forward to here, without a doubt.
I think that if it is within anything less than 10 points heading into the fourth quarter,
it's
the Cardinals have a chance, because you look at, they lost by 6 to Hayden, they lost by 4 to Spring Hill. The Cardinals, their last 2 wins was a buzzer beater against Ottawa, and whatever the heck happened against Tonganoxie with that missed, the turnover,
the potential game-winning opportunity,
and the missed rebound shot. So it is the Cardinals are capable of winning those close games. If the Bulldogs are not able to pull away from the Cardinals, I think that they have got a chance right up until the death. We've got a minute before our tip-off, which will be brought to us, of course, once again by Wolf Diagnostic and Automotive. We'll send you to a 30-second break and then bring you back with the starting lineups.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today, or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look.
All right, so we will get our starting lineups here in just a moment from the PA.
Baldwin Bulldogs and your Eudora Cardinals. And now for the Bulldogs starting lineup. Number 4, 5'11", senior Jackson Drew. Number 12, 6'3", senior Cooper Carr. Number 14, 5'11", senior Ethan Smallsole. Number 22, 6'5", senior Leo Schoenberger. And number 33, 6'3", 6'5" senior, Colton Collins. Now let's make some noise for your Cardinals! Starting us off, number 3, 6'3" freshman, Hunter Hernig. Number 4, 6'7" junior, Ryan Osborne. Number 23, 5'10" senior, Julian Otis. Number 24, 6'3" sophomore, Cash Schneider. And last for the Cardinals, number 33, 6'2" senior, Katie Grable.
So the Cards hand the start to Cage Crable. Tyler Cleveland is back in the dugout or the bench for the Cardinals here after he missed a game through sickness that Coach Erpelding took charge of. He's back for his team, leading them here, and they come off of a unique win over Tonganoxie, and they 3 consecutive wins here against a team that's dropped their last 3. So a very interesting thing here for a strong team, and a team that is still growing and proving its strength, both coming in with a winning record and opposite streaks. I think that almost any result tonight could happen, and we couldn't really be fully surprised.
Right.
But there are certainly some that are more likely than others. You wouldn't necessarily expect the Cardinals blowout, but that would follow the trend on the last 3 games.
Expect the unexpected is kind of the mantra here.
And the Bulldogs will win that opening tip.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. With the way this Cardinals team has played and the way this season has trended for both teams, there's kind of no result that I think you and I could be completely shocked by. I think starting hot is going to matter for these Cardinals a lot. I don't think you want to fall into a gap, especially against a team that is battle-tested throughout the season. You want to do the best you can to get the first points and even build a gap if you can. But the Bulldogs on the attack here early on.
1 on the shot clock, and it's denied by Osborne.
I don't think he could have done that much better, as he was going to go the quick response possibility is going to be denied by the Bulldogs. That was Hertig with a shot at it.
Here is Hertig. Otis, Crable. Osborne can't get that one to go.
And Bulldogs making it really tough on the Cards to try to move the ball in the paint.
And that foul there. Osborne shoulder checking there.
Depending on how this plays out, you might be grateful you saved the point.
And here there is a very impressive representation here for the Bulldogs.
Very.
Hoping to see their team get a first win in 4. This is Leo Schoenberger, the senior. He will get the first point of the night.
Yeah, as you said early on here, I think it's going to be a lot of just paying attention to trends and how the game is developing, how this game is aging early on. As 2 for 2 from the line goes Schoenberger, because we don't know a whole lot about how this game's going to go. We don't know a whole lot about what we can expect. We don't have anything that we necessarily think is off the table, which does make for a very intriguing coming into the game, intriguing start to it.
Cash Schneider under a lot of pressure there from Cooper Carr. And Carr's pressure will pay off. He's going to force a turnover on Schneider.
Schneider comes away, putting a hand to his face. Looks like he may have caught a hand coming across on that last possession, but seems to shake it off okay.
And we have an official's timeout, something on the floor.
Looks like a coin or something of the sort. Good eye by the ref to pick that one up. Sitting in a heavy traffic area. Cardinal student section trying to respond with some noise of their own after Baldwin establishing their presence early in Schoenberger.
Good finish. Schoenberger has 4 points. Crable spinning. Finds Osborne. He'll shoot and won't score. Comes down with it, Colton Collum. For 3. Oh my! Wow. It has been all Schoenberger so far.
Truly all Schoenberger. I wasn't going to say before that, prior to that shot, that the Cardinals needed to establish themselves, but it certainly felt necessary. At this point, it is now a necessity. The Cardinals need to establish themselves quickly in this game, and Schneider will do just that.
Foul number 33, Colton Collum. First personal, first team foul. Cash Schneider's basket is good.
Schneider made that 3-point play to get us back within 4. But here's the dangerous Schoenberger. Now Jackson Rude, another senior.
I'm trying to find a word. More holds a little more weight than dangerous, because there were 7 points and he had the only 7 of them early on here.
Otis goes all the way but can't get it to roll in. And I think they're calling goaltending. They're going to say that one goes for Otis. So you can mark that down as 2 points for Julian Otis, even though it didn't actually go through. And we are back within a couple.
At that point, you take whatever points you can get. And just like that, what looked like the smothering start from the Bulldogs is now a relatively close game, still in their advantage.
Bouncing around, Cooper Carr finds Schoenberger. Back to Carr against 4 defenders in the paint. The bounce pass given away to Hertig. Cards were down by 7. They might now be able to tie it. Schneider will do just that.
Nicely done. And what a way to respond to the early adversity for the Cardinals, to fight right back to make this one essentially a 0-0 contest again.
Schoenberger, oh wow.
Wow. It's safe to say he's comfortable from there. We have not seen him miss yet.
They have 10 points, he has 10 points.
And that can be good and bad. You're seeing all the dominance early, but you also wonder if the Cards are able to find a way to quiet him, if that could play into their advantage.
Rebound by Schneider, but the putback no good.
Man.
And again, they get it in the hands of Schoenberger. Carr trying to get in on the scoring effort, but he cannot. So Osborne in a 2v2, dribbles, goes, shoots, scores.
Beautifully done by Osborne and the Cards as a whole to keep themselves ever present in this one.
Schoenberger working against Osborne. He tried to lay that one up thinking he was being fouled. In the corner, Schneider against 4 defenders, denied by Collum. But it's back for the Cards and it'll be a shooting foul.
Schneider hit the ground a lot right there. He's going to pop up, proving himself tough as nails throughout the course of this season.
First personal, second team foul.
Great heads-up play by Schneider initially, too, hitting the ground and then getting right back up. The ball came right to him.
Well, and yeah, then he motioned like he was trying to shoot in order to get sent to the line here.
Yep. Crafty and well done there.
Keelan Duncan goes in for Crable, so they go for the smaller package. But we mentioned Duncan has absolute hops. So he's almost just as effective of a rebounder, maybe even more than Cage Crable, which is a crazy credit to him.
Right. Yeah, Cage Crable is special at that skill. Schoenberger thinking about it again.
Tough to work against the figure of Osborne when you want to pull up for a shot like that. Here off the bench is Creighton Frost, and he can't get that, but it's rolled back to Schoenberger. And now there will be a foul against Eudora.
And that the other massive convenience that the hot start from Schoenberger affords you is they're paying so much attention to him that almost every other player on the floor will have opportunities to shoot from three uncontested. It's just a matter of making those shots go, but they will have the opportunity, it seems.
Duncan did get into foul trouble in the game against Tonganoxie as well. He's only been out there for a few seconds and has already committed his first team second. And that one goes. Cooper Carr, the first player not named Leo Schoenberger to score for Baldwin. That pass is going to go out of bounds. Otis grabs Cash Schneider.
Really fascinating to follow trends and see a 10-12 game here because it felt like it was all Baldwin early on, and it doesn't necessarily feel like the Cardinals have come roaring back in any sense. Knocked off balance there was Duncan.
And that will be a Baldwin ball. Eudora bench doesn't like it. The inbound there for, in the corner, that was Wadle. We couldn't get it to go. A lot of pressure from the Bulldogs, not letting anyone find any breathing room, and that'll be swiped off of Otis by Carr.
That's the kind
all
of
by himself, he'll lay it in.
And that's the kind of mistakes this Cardinals offense having some struggles is forcing. And the pressure from this Baldwin defense forcing those really tough passes through tight lanes and traffic also forces little lapses in judgment and errors like that.
Osborne can't get it off the back of the rim and out. And another foul by Keelan Duncan, his second.
Second personal, third team foul. Coming to the Cardinals, number 24, Cash Schneider.
Duncan goes out for Schneider after committing 2 quick fouls off the bench. Cooper Carr driving. Hertig shuts down that lane. They move it around and find Frost, who can't get that to go. Dunback slows things down for a second. Otis all by himself. High shot, no good. Hertig comes back with it. Thought he was fouled.
Wow.
No call will come.
Feels like although it's only a 4-point game, Cards could really use one of those threes to go, and Baldwin has looked really effective, both in the paint and from distance here.
Only a couple second difference between shot clock and game clock left here in the first quarter. This shot will come from Wadle. He gets it. They've got their 7-point lead back after they scored the first 7 points of the game, but then we were tied at 10. They score the last 7 points of the quarter as well to have a 7-point lead at the end of one.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
A portion of the lights here just went out. You see there on your screen. They are trying to figure that out. The referees don't want to get things going because they don't want that to happen, be turning on or off during play.
Right.
So we'll see if they can figure out the lighting situation. We could just carry on as is. They just don't want the players to be distracted by something changing during the game. The AD and assistant principal, Kara Kimberlin, trying to get on that right now. And there it is. The lights come back on. So we are going to be good to get going here on the second quarter with the Bulldogs up 7. Cards starting with the ball here. Cy Thomas out there. Didn't get the start tonight for the Cards, but he will begin this second quarter. And drive, shoot, and not get that one to go.
And every possession feels, I won't say vital. We're not there yet, but each possession definitely significant for the Cards here, down in this gap against a good team. You don't want to be the reason they're able to get that rolling streak going, and Schoenberg keeps himself on fire tonight.
He scored the first 10 points of the game and the first 2 points now of the second quarter. Not first 10 of the game, first 10.
Otis thought somebody was going to be there, pass it straight to his left, and just not on the same page. That one goes straight towards the Baldwin bench. And turning over possession cheaply, Reed, at this point in the game, something you can't be happy about.
Just a correction there. Schoenberger scored the first 10 for Baldwin. It was the first 7 points of the game.
There you go.
So yes, they've got a 9-point lead now, which is their biggest of the game. Even though we were tied at 7s, we were tied at 10s, which, I mean, we were tied at 7. So remember, the Bulldogs scored the first 7 of the game. Then the Cardinals got it to 7-7. Then it went 10-7, 10s, and then it ended 17-10 after 1. And now the Bulldogs have already tacked a little more onto that. So it's certainly this Cardinals capable of a streak to get back into things. This Carr, though, going to make it hard with that one.
And trying to stop a team that is shooting so comfortably from 3 is just so difficult, because you can take away everything in the paint, but if they're ultimately comfortable shooting from the perimeter, it's a tough way. It's tough to stop them defensively.
The number that I said, which I did kind of just make it up, but the number that I said is if the Cardinals go to the fourth quarter within at least 9, I would give them a chance of that comeback. But we have just passed that mark. The lead was 9, now it's 12. That is a lot to ask at any point in the game, but all kinds of time left right now for the Cardinals to make progress. Schneider along the baseline shooting, and he will go to the free throw line where he's 2 of 3. They'll try to get the Cardinals' first point of the second quarter.
And significant points at that, if you're able to reel it down. 10 would still feel like a big deficit, but at this point you just feel like you're looking to get some momentum rolling where you can then charge a comeback from there. Schneider will successfully get the first one to go.
He's got more than half of the Cardinals' points, accounting for 6 thus far.
Two for 2.
He's actually up to 8 now with that one, my bad. Schoenberger can't get that to go. Schneider rebounds.
Cardinals keep trying to reverse court quickly, but this Baldwin defense is so on top of it. They've been forced to stall and slow down quite a bit.
Thomas gets his first points tonight.
Nicely done, coming at a big time. Cardinals starting to rally a little bit here. Nothing huge, but certainly proving that resilience and not wanting to go away. Whistle blows that one. Will go the way of the Bulldogs on the floor.
It's Thomas's first foul. Alex Gonzalez will go in for Julian Otis. Here's Carr. He's got 8 points. Drained a 3 only a bit ago. Driving, shooting, put him in double digits. And the Cardinals give that one away. Wadle comes in for Baldwin.
And it's still just a 10-point deficit, but that little run the Cardinals were trying to use to, of course, get some momentum and see if they could get themselves back within striking distance. Really nice job by the Bulldogs to shut that down momentarily at least. And another little lapse of judgment there. This time goes the Cardinals' way.
Cy Thomas would be someone Cardinals could hope to get on a hot streak here. Try and help them inch back, but Schneider has been the leader thus far for the Cards, and no complaints there. He is a great catalyst for the team as well. Osborne spin shoots.
Really nicely done if it would have gone.
He will go.
That was one of those setups that would have been pure beauty if it could have gone in, but alas, he will go to the line for a chance instead.
Number 4, Ryan Osborne at the line. Coming in from number 32, Jackson Weaver. Coming for the Cardinals, number 33, Cage Crable.
Crable checks back in. He was in the starting 5 for the Cards. Osborne drains them both. An 8-point difference. The Bulldogs have had as big of a 12-point lead.
Yep. The Cards refusing to go away, but feels like you really need to start firing a little more defensively or get a big play.
Can't get it. Gonzalez grabs the loose ball. There is Cy Thomas. Driving against 3 players in the paint. I think he thought he was fouled. It looked like it to me as well.
That many bodies in the paint, it's easy to think you're going to get a call and then have it not go that way. Speaking of, Bulldogs doing a really good job in the paint.
Uh-oh. Can't get it off the glass. That's last off a Bulldogs player. Cards ball.
Big opportunity here for the Cards. Something else worth noting is the Bulldogs have not blinked whatsoever in terms of their play style when the Cards started to rally just a little bit. They are certainly not bothered by it.
Here's Crable, top of the key, going to get a foul. He was being pestered at by 3 Bulldogs defenders. That's going to be a 4th team foul against them. Cardinals would not complain about getting sent to the bonus.
No, that'd be, we're 4 minutes left to go in the half still plenty of time for that to play into this game.
Schneider all by himself, can't leave him like that. Can't leave it like that. He's got 11 points now.
Really nicely done. And now just like that, the power of those 3-pointers, as you and I have talked about, not only on the board, but also in terms of momentum. Cards got to feel a bit more alive now, and they're within striking distance.
Carr wants to erase it, and that's what he'll do.
Wow. What an effort from these Bulldogs. You got to be impressed with the fact that they have not been rattled easily whatsoever in this game.
Osborne's turn. Can he get it? He can!
Wow.
Schoenberger might try and add on to this one. Oh, it's back in Carr's hands.
We're on a bit of a streak here. May as well try.
Here's Smazel. Schoenberger against Osborne. That's always going to be a tough matchup. 10 on the shot clock. Maybe they will have to try a three-pointer. Carr goes for it, can't get it. Schneider rebounds. Schneider with some nice handles, can't get the finish. What a rebound! Wow. Oh my gosh! The Cards are back within 3. And they will take a timeout. We'll go ahead and do the same. 3-point game.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas.
Back in here, out of the timeout. It is only a 3-point game. Both student sections here being very loud in their support. This is Jackson Rude in the corner for Wadle. He's got another 3. Wow. It's another for him and another in a back and forth battle here with some real great 3-point shooting. Maybe another one. Oh, he can't get it. Carr comes down with it. Felt like that one had to go just with the trend of things, but it did not drop.
Absolutely. I mean, the Cardinals are not doing a poor job to rally here. The Bulldogs have just done a really good job kind of stifling everyone. The second you think it's getting real, Bulldogs will come back with a shot of their own, and then the Cards come back with another shot to answer right away, seemingly.
This is Carr, 6 on the shot clock. Schoenberger, oh my, all by himself, but couldn't convert. And a whistle blows. Was Crable fouled? That would send the Cardinals into the bonus, but no, Schoenberger, no, Crable is called for the foul. His first, team second. So it'll be a Baldwin inbound. Shocking that Schoenberger couldn't convert that, but the Bulldogs do get the ball back, so they will get another chance at it.
Yeah, I was just about to mention with, despite Schoenberger not getting that one to go, something I think the Cards need to be careful of is you don't want to worry so much about the perimeter that the Bulldogs start realizing they can get easy points in the paint, because if that's the case, the comeback effort becomes that much tougher. So Cardinals defense, the tall task of handling about 10 different scoring monsters at once here.
Here is Wadle again. This time it won't go. It's interesting what a low angle his threes take, but he's drained a couple, so you know that he knows what he's doing with it, but that's not the high percentage way to shoot the ball, coming in at a tight angle like that. Here's Thomas driving, bouncing it back for Crable, and now Lincoln Votag grabbing his first minutes. Cash Schneider left open, can't do that.
Man.
3-point game again. Schneider with 16 of the Cardinals' points. A good effort there by Schoenberger, but that's all it'll be in the end. Couldn't get it to drop. Now the Cards could maybe tie things.
Yeah, they're certainly going to try to take that attempt. Shot and game are off by a fair bit, but they're definitely going to do all they can to try to bring this one to the half tied, which would feel massive after the way the first quarter played out.
Yes, they trailed by 12 at one point. Thomas will bring it within one.
That works too. Certainly not going to complain about that one. It's time running down, shot clock now off, Reed.
Cooper Carr will shoot from three and drain it. Can the Cardinals get anything here? Votar will send it up and no good. So give those points there to the Bulldogs. They will have a 4-point lead as we head to halftime.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganachi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Hey, I'm Mike Grope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
For the best care for your pet, choose Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at Dotto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
All right, welcome in here. Halftime show from the attic storage of Eudora. Apologies for the long break there. It was Winter Royalty here in the Cardinal Arena, and Lincoln Vota won the King. Yeah, he's wow, how am I forgetting the word?
I'm not, I would say,
the Winter Royalty King,
the Winter Royalty.
For Lincoln Vota. So he didn't get to go to the halftime locker room. Neither did Caden Dunback or Landon Adler-Rooney, by the way. They were also nominees there for the Cards. They said a thank you to Baldwin. I'll say thank you to Baldwin and a thank you to you for the patience of letting them do that ceremony. We figured it would be weird for us to either both be in the gym trying to talk over them or anything like that. So wanted to keep it in the break. So but now we can get into the halftime show and talk about a very interesting first half, where the Baldwin Bulldogs have a 4-point lead, but the Cardinals won that second quarter by 3, which meant they cut down on what was a 7-point deficit. And it feels like this is definitely a possibility for them, Hayden, but they're going to have to start clicking a little bit better than they have been, although they did make progress in that second quarter. What have you seen in this game, and what are you looking forward to in the second half?
Yeah, I think one of the main trends that's really fascinating to me coming into this third quarter is that the Cardinals, you may disagree, I don't think they have felt settled in completely at any point yet. It has kind of felt like just enough points at the right time that they've kept this one close. And you can look at that as a negative that, oh, you played a sloppy first half, or you can look at it as the upside it provides you on the outlook of the rest of this game, that you haven't played, I would say, anywhere near the standards of how they know they can play, and they're within 4 points. And it feels like the Bulldogs have been doing pretty well, haven't been as strong in the paint as they've wanted. They've missed some of the easier layups, but they've been shooting from 3 really, really well. They've been playing good defense, and the Cardinals are still, despite all their mistakes, right there.
I think for sure Cy Thomas can do better. He didn't play in the first quarter, didn't start this game.
Yep, that's worth noting, for sure.
Yeah, he is here in the second quarter and in the second half. And that's not to fault him. I think he played well in that second quarter, but he's just somebody that could grow into this game and start to contribute more. But right now, the leading contributor has been Cash Snyder, who has put up 16 points. He has done very well for the Cards, and you expect and hope that he will continue to do so. Osborne has also chipped in with 7 points. Otis has got a couple. So some decent scoring there for the Cards, but it has been the Leo Schoenberger show. Mainly, actually, though, he has been usurped by Cooper Carr. Schoenberger contributed first 7 of the game, and he's up to 12 points. Cooper Carr has 16 at this point, so he has really turned it on. But Schoenberger is definitely the leader of the Baldwin team. They get the ball in his hands first, and they do what he decides out there, whoever he decides to get the ball. And Cooper Carr has been his primary target because he has been very dangerous from 3 and all around. So it'll be very interesting to see how that continues to play out.
Yeah, I think the most noteworthy 3 that you can put down for Carr was right at the end of the half, when the Cards looked like they had pushed it to what was going to be a essentially tied. They would have been down by just a point going into the break. Instead, Cooper Carr nails a big 3. We had mentioned that Schoenberger shooting so well from 3 was going to open it up for other Bulldogs to have those moments, and Cooper Carr has been really strong from that spot.
Yeah, I thought you made a good point to mention that the Cards seem to have been focusing on defending the 3 and were sort of leaving themselves open, but the Bulldogs haven't really attacked that. They want the 3-point ball, but that's going to be something that I think the Cardinals, it's not a bad idea to prioritize defending that, but they got to make sure that they are covering all of their bases, as this game, it's just going to, every point is going to be so big if it's going to continue to be a close game like this. And it's really impressive to think that the Cardinals were down by 12 and they had got it all the way back to being within 1, but they are still down by 4, so they've got to get a bit of a streak going and try and build on it. All kinds of time left in this game. 2 quarters to go. We are about to start the third quarter here from the Cardinal Arena. 33-29 our score. The Cardinals will start with the ball.
Down 4, you want to play this one, I would imagine, essentially like you're tied up. You're not going to want to come out swinging as if you're in a massive deficit, but it is certainly noteworthy. Cards are going to have to take care of the ball well here early and try to put points on the board as efficiently as possible.
Osborne's frame has been big defensively, but he'll try and use it here to score, and that's exactly what he'll do. He's up to 9 points. He has been key in trying to shut down Schoenberger from scoring, which has worked in terms of having him slow down since how hot he started the first half.
Yep.
But it's really just resulted in him laying it off to Cooper Carr, who then scores himself.
It's definitely a little bit of a pickle to be in defensively. Do you choose to cover the guy who was scoring on you with impunity early, or go to the guy who's scoring with impunity on you now? Carr the ball in his hands here.
Carr matched up with Cy Thomas, and Thomas did enough there to poke it away, but couldn't grab control of the loose ball, so it's still a Baldwin basketball, but they have 3 seconds on the shot clock. This is going to have to be a quick inbound and shot.
They're going to want to try to set it up. If you're the Cards, you can almost allow the inbound. You just want to defensively play it well, and they get away with it.
And they will, the Cardinals come away with it. Here's Cy Thomas now, laying that one in.
Nicely done. You mentioned the importance of Cy Thomas really coming alive in this game, and he brings this one even once again, his 6th point of the day.
Yeah, and again, the Cards trailed by 12. We are now tied.
And what do you think that does for this Baldwin team? We mentioned earlier they were, to their credit, not blinking when the Cards were trying to come back, but now that they've successfully brought it to even once again, you're interested to see if the Bulldogs are going to start to change up how they play, or if they're going to go right back to it.
Column, and then the putback no good. Thomas comes away with it. What's interesting is I don't even know if I feel like the Bulldogs have been playing all that poorly, but they have seen a 12-point lead evaporate, and nearly the Cardinals take the lead. Maybe they still can. They win! There it is! 19 points for Cash Schneider, and the Cardinals lead for the first time tonight.
And this place has erupted when the pass came over to the corner. I believe it was to Hertig. The entire student section threw the hands up, and then once again when it went to Schneider, they did it again. The student section helping out the Cards' cause a bit here.
They're going to hit Osborne with a foul there. How unbelievable. The Cards have got the lead for the first time tonight here in the third quarter, and they're up by 3, no less. Here's Cooper Carr. He's going to try to tie it, and he will not. Schneider rebounds. He has been fantastic tonight. Here's Hertig. Hertig can't get that to roll in.
Say, this is big for the Cardinals. If you get the lead and then you start kind of letting the Bulldogs work right into it.
Another empty possession. Colton Collum.
Got to start finishing with points here. If you go empty possessions back and forth, you'll give the Bulldogs opportunity. Cards trying to not let that be the case.
It'll be a Cardinal ball. On that miss from Collum, I think he definitely left the ground early. That was what led to that missed attempt there, but
absolutely,
that is a little bit shocking there, that empty shot, and then the Cards got lucky that they are going to get this inbound and be able to maintain possession. Here is Cage Crable. Tries to hand it off to Thomas and nearly has the handoff taken away by Carr.
Yeah, nice adjustment by the Cards offense here so far and how they're opening up the pass game, putting a little more pressure on the Bulldogs defensively, but they've still done a pretty good job matching it.
Hertig. And no one there as he was looking for Schneider.
And you don't love what the Cards are doing right now. It has not been
They've had
punished.
chances to build onto that lead and have not done it.
Yes, it has not been punished yet, but you don't necessarily want to just be comfortable trading possessions with the Bulldogs because they're not finishing with points, and that's uncharacteristic. At some point, they are going to start doing so. When you count the possessions back, you think, how big could the Cards' lead right now be? But ultimately, all we can play is the game we got in front of us.
This is Smazel, and now Schoenberger doesn't get it. Rebounded by Carr. Foul called on the floor.
So Bulldogs certainly still feeling some of that pressure. They do not look composed enough to really make the Cardinals pay for this quite yet, but it really does seem like kind of a battle. The mini battle within the game is who's going to find that composure first. Are the Bulldogs going to be able to come back into it, or the Cards to build on the lead?
Wheeler gets that to
Nicely
go.
done.
They're back within one. Sophomore Jackson Wheeler. There's the sophomore Cy Thomas. And Schneider bounces it. Osborne, Otis all alone, can't get it. Schoenberger
finds himself with room again here a little bit more often in the third.
Osborne there, though, was quick enough to shut down the thought of the shot. And he'll draw a shooting foul. He could not convert the and one. Osborne not happy with the call.
Now Osborne's had the tall task of defending Schoenberger all day, and you've gotten used to him just pulling up from the line. And that's made it that when he has charged into the paint, it's made it a little bit difficult on Osborne.
It's a third personal foul on him.
And with his height coming into play so much defensively,
yeah,
that feels significant.
Yeah, if they aren't able to get minutes out of him, it just feels like Schoenberger might get set free.
And he will get checked out in favor of Duncan, another player who has not been a stranger to a little bit of foul trouble just this week.
I don't know if you were saying it on purpose or not, but it is certainly a tall task for Osborne to be defending Schoenberger. And he has used that. He has used that height well, but he will take a seat on the bench with up to 3 fouls now. That'll be something for the Cards to consider. And the Bulldogs have the lead back. So we've seen a couple lead changes in this third quarter. And that's going to be given away. Carr intercepts that pass.
Carr, a beautiful job to keep the feet in bounds as well. And now Schoenberger with a hand. See how the Cards defend him. A whistle blows early.
Is that going to be Keelan Duncan hit with his third now, I believe? Yes, it is.
That's the other significant advantage the Bulldogs have with Schoenberger on the floor right now, is even if he's not scoring, he's put multiple Cardinals into foul trouble now on his own, really.
Seeing a timeout here taken by Eudora, we can go ahead and go to a break as well.
Timeout call by the Cardinals.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball.
All right, back out of the Cards timeout. Schoenberger finds Carr on the inbound. He'll spin, shoot, no good. Crable tips it away to Otis. Otis runs into Smazel, and it will be a call against Baldwin.
And we were talking about it quite a bit before the break, Reed, about which team was going to shake off those empty possessions first. And although Baldwin has the lead now, I don't know if I'd say they've done that, although they look better here.
Otis tried to get that, force it really, to try to get it to Keelan Duncan. Carr, 1v3, Otis bumps into him. That's going to send the Bulldogs into the bonus.
And it almost seems like Cards players looking around as if any contact they make on the floor is getting fouled, and a little bit of frustration out of them maybe.
Creighton Frost checks in for the visitors. Carr gets both of those to go. He's up to 18 now in the game.
All kinds of aggression from Wadle over on the Baldwin side there. Just trying to disrupt the Cards as much as they can. Bulldogs trying to play this one almost as if they've got a bigger lead than they do, which may not be a bad way to go here.
Crable loses the handle, gives it away to Carr cheaply. Carr under pressure, and that's going to be a clean play by Thomas to shut it down, but Schoenberger holds on to the ball and scores, but that's going to be a foul on the floor. He'll still send him to the line, not an and one. But he will go to the line as they are in the bonus cage. Crable hit with the foul.
Man, didn't end up, I mean, shots still to come, but Cy Thomas, what a job to do that cleanly. Just the denial was loved by all the Cards faithful here.
Sending it to the Cardinals, number 3, Hunter Purdy.
Schoenberger continues his 100% at the line. He is 6 of 6. The Bulldog lead is 5, and Thomas lost the handle on it. Cardinals cheaply giving the ball away on, feels like 3 or 4 consecutive possessions. Schoenberger almost lost the handle working against Duncan, who gets a hand in and gives it away, trying to find a teammate. And Schoenberger, no, that's Wheeler hesitating and scoring.
Goodness, for the Cards defense to play that well, put that much pressure onto the paint, and still
Thomas gets something.
For that to still result in Bulldogs points, it's got to be a little bit tough on the defense, but still here, despite how this one may feel inside Cardinal Arena, it's still very much within striking distance for the Cards here if they're able to get hot.
Schoenberger under all kinds of pressure, thought he was fouled. There will not be a call. So now Thomas sets for 3, gets it! Oh, that's big.
That one is big. Cy Thomas looks to be comfortable and at ease now, which is a dangerous sight to see if you're watching from the Bulldogs side of things. He's one of those players who, if he gets hot, you can say goodbye to hoping he's not going to score on a lot of his possessions, because he absolutely can.
The sophomore's got 9 points, and Schneider tips that one away, and then Schoenberger got a handful of his shirt. So that's going to be a foul against him, and it'll be a Cardinals inbound.
You wonder if Schneider would have almost dismissed the foul and just let it play out as it did, because he had, it was Otis and Duncan both running wide open.
I think the Cardinals, though, will accept the second Schoenberger foul.
Absolutely.
Even though it's only his second, you know, that
any foul for him
you can't
is worth
get a third
something.
without a second. You can't get a fourth without a second.
There you go.
Thomas drives, and he's going to get a shooting foul, that time on Cooper Carr.
And now, thanks to his 3 earlier, that's going to give the Cards an opportunity to tie this game late in the third once again. They just won't go away, Reed.
First personal, third team foul. Number 1, Cy Thomas on the line.
Sophomore to the line, could get double digits with this one. It is 10 for the year 10. Brett Pickett, the junior, will grab Julian Otis. What a game we have been treated to tonight.
Oh,
what a pair of
What a
games. A
couple of them.
fantastic doubleheader here between these schools. Thomas has tied the game once again.
And the relentless pressure early on there means
and Wheeler
Schoenberger on his own
is going to give that one away. It'll roll out and be, what?
They're going to say that one went no way.
Cash Schneider is called for, I guess, having touched it. He had the opportunity to pick it up, but he decided that he was like, this came off of Wheeler. Interesting call there. Either official standing right there, you want to trust him, but that is not what my eyes told me. And that one's going to be a miss, but it'll be a shooting foul for Cooper Carr. Brett Pickett hit with his first. Carr 2 of 2.
And he will break the tie with the first.
In fact, the Bulldogs are 9 of 9 as a team. It's only Schoenberger and Carr. Schoenberger 6 of 6, Carr 3 of 3. And if he gets this next one, he will hit 20 points. He does just that.
So 2 for 2 he goes. Cards back into a 2-point deficit. Schoenberger playing defense on Thomas as he creeps toward the perimeter. Cy Thomas trying to go directly
Alex
at him.
Gonzalez can't get that 3 to go.
Didn't mean a whole lot, but watching Cy Thomas charge right into Schoenberger.
There he is once again, working against Duncan, and now it's Carr. 20 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. This is Smazel, bounces for Schoenberger. Gets double coverage, back out to Carr. 10 on the shot clock, bounces for Schoenberg. He'll shoot high off the glass, no good. What a job by Wheeler to keep possession, and Schoenberger's gonna get a foul where he'll go to the line. What a job by Wheeler to get that rebound.
That one poked out as well by Cy Thomas right at the point where the foul ended up coming from. We'll have to see if this ends up playing out as a win for the Cards there, but on the gut reaction, you're almost not upset at the foul.
I think the crazy thing is just that Wheeler was able to rebound that.
Yes, no, that was incredible. And a perfect day from the line continues. And at this point, even if the deficit grows a little bit, I don't fear it. You don't want to put the Cardinals in position and make them crawl out of a hole, but they've proven numerous times tonight alone, that they are capable of doing so. And the perfect night continues for Schoenberger at the line, pushes the lead out to 4.
So it's going to be a 4-point lead with 20 seconds to go. What can Cy Thomas and co do? He's got Schneider in the corner, but there will be a timeout called with 16.3 to go. If it's a full timeout, we'll send you to a short break. We'll see here. But either way, we'll offer some analysis, but also actually, I will take this chance to read our presenting sponsor. All this action, this fantastic doubleheader between the Baldwin Bulldogs and the Eudora Cardinals, and everything that we do on Eudora Sports Live is presented to you by Kansas Insurance. Kansas Insurance believes in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Proudly bringing Eudora Sports Live to Cardinals fans everywhere. It is a great matchup here, Hayden. 16.3 to go. I'm not even sure what quite to ask you. What do you want to say about what's been going on here? I mean, it's a great game. It looks like this fourth quarter is going to be a great conclusion.
Man, and we couldn't have expected a whole lot else. I mean, we preached about any outcome in this game not necessarily being a shock, but ultimately this feels like the way these Cardinals games tend to go, is to be so close down the stretch. I'm impressed with the resilience from the Cardinals coming back from significant deficits, not once but twice. But the Bulldogs certainly still threatening to pull that gap out a bit more here.
Here is Otis and now Gonzalez. Cy Thomas, under 10 to go. Thomas drives, finds Hertig. Now Otis for 3, can't get it, still loose. Schneider wants a foul, and it's going to be a Cardinals ball with 0.8 to go.
Sending to the Cardinals number 4, Ryan Osborne.
They will send Ryan Osborne back in for this last second. Can the Cardinals actually get something here? It'll be floated up to Thomas. If anybody could do it, it would be him, but he could not get that 3 to go. So it'll be a 4-point lead as we head to the fourth. The visitors on top.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go!
If it's more of a nicety.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands.
All right, start of the fourth quarter here. 8 minutes to go, and it's going to be a good conclusion here. The Bulldogs, though, hope it isn't. They've got a 4-point lead. They would like to just pull away and let it be a comfortable win. The Cardinals want anything but. They are going to try and fight back hard here. Ryan Osborne out there working against Schoenberger. He's got 3 fouls to his name. That's going to be something to keep track of. They give this one away, but Gonzalez boots it, but the Cardinals still keep it. Osborne driving, shooting, and foul goes against him. That's his 4th. That is a big moment there, not just because it negates the point, but because Ryan Osborne has 4 fouls now, and Coach Cleveland's going to think about how much he wants to use the big frame of Osborne, because he's going to want to be a little bit sparing over the last 7 minutes and change.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of time left, and this seems like one of those games that could very well come down to the dying minute or so. So you got to think extremely carefully, and every moment he's on Schoenberger is every moment a threat.
Carr shoots, scores. That's a great finish.
That is. And that's a big span right there. That potential swing for the Bulldogs is massive. Cy Thomas going to look to change it himself, and he'll pull up for a 1-2. That was big. Reels the Cardinals within 4 yet again. So still back by a couple of possessions. Schoenberger pulls up for his own, and it's not going to go. The rebound does come down into the hands of Carr now. Trying to get a pick, still working the perimeter
with
dedication.
Bouncing it out to Rude. And Rude lays that one up, no good. What a grab by Wheeler, oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Not even the first time he's done that.
No, he's made a habit of it tonight, which really speaks to him as a player, among other things. Bulldogs doing a beautiful job here from a game management standpoint to keep the gap where it is.
Cards get it! That puts him over 20, up to 22.
Man. As soon as you think one team has a little bit of consistency and stability, the other team comes through with a shot you just can't believe.
Wheeler looks for Carr, foul on Thomas. He gives a look of disbelief to the official, but not going to complain anything beyond that. His 3rd personal foul, and now Osborne goes out. And remember, he's on 4 personal fouls. They send in Cage Crable in his place. Bounce pass finds Smazel, and he's shut down by Schneider. And the bouncing ball, well, Thomas had it for a second, but the Bulldogs have it now. And then Carr can't score, and it's a foul on the Bulldogs, I think. No, it's going to be against Crable. So that will send Schoenberger to the line, and Crable hit with his 3rd personal.
So the Cards have numerous players in foul trouble now. You can tell everyone on the floor not thrilled with it. Again, the officials are on the floor. We are not.
Yeah, that call actually drew out some boos from the student section. You don't hear that too much from them.
No, it's kind of felt like the trend of the evening in some ways. Not saying that's the case, but student section certainly making it voice that that's how they're feeling about it. And that's big. I mean, as this game draws closer and closer to its conclusion, now it doesn't seem like a big deal, but you look at the foreshadowing if you end up with, let's say, Osborne and Crable both in foul trouble. And the perfect day from the line.
For the entire team, the Bulldogs still, as a unit, have not missed a free throw, and Schoenberger at this point has converted 10 from the line.
And for the team behind who's going to be thinking about fouling if this game stays close, that's not a fun stat to see.
It is, though, worth mentioning that it's just Carr and Schoenberger. So they could send someone else to the line maybe, although those two are the main people that have the ball in their hands.
We know those two are frightening, and you think Baldwin is going to do everything they can to keep the ball in their hands. But that is something worth noting if the Cards could get crafty and get the ball in someone else's hands if we get to the point of fouls.
Thomas goes all the way around and finds Otis in space. Otis!
He's got it! And this Cards team is flowing right now from behind. They still feel more than capable of taking this game over.
Oh my!
Oh wow!
Shoulder from Carr to Thomas, and that's going to be a charging call.
And Thomas didn't do a poor job letting that one play out the way it did, but he also did not act it out. I mean, he was absolutely hit with some force.
It's a 4th foul on Cooper Carr. That's big news.
And Reed, you mentioned how significant Cy Thomas can be, and he loses the handle on that one. Schneider comes up with it.
And it'll be a shooting foul. Chance to tie the game for Cash Schneider.
But you mentioned the impact Cy Thomas could have. I don't have the score sheet in front of me, but he's done that, it feels like.
He's up to 13 points. Schneider has brought it within 1. He has been on it tonight. 23 points and counting. He might match his jersey number here. And he does get that one to go. A fortunate bounce like he had earlier on a 3.
So he's gotten a free throw and a 3 to bounce in, fortunately.
Just
Cards
for fun,
are not going to complain.
Just for fun, we've been tied at 33, 43, and now 53. Schoenberger, though, gives the Bulldogs the lead right back.
And he's defensively under siege. And he's numerous times just said, I'll do it myself. Such an impressive night from him, but Schneider not done yet.
Can't get the tie game once again, and he stays down behind. Now he's back on his feet. Carr spinning, shooting, and he'll go to the free throw line. Schneider comes away holding his elbow, walking towards the bench. That could be something newsworthy. He's going to go and get a drink and some ice. That is a noteworthy thing. The Cardinals cannot go without Cash Schneider right now.
I mean, he's taken a beating tonight, too. He's hit the ground so many times. The price he's paid, and there's the first miss.
There is the first of the night, and it comes from one of their players that has been so effective at the line. Carr was 4 of 4, but his first miss now.
Student section is going to try to make that miss feel bigger than it might be.
And he'll go 0 for 2.
They force another. And a timeout induced, it looks like.
I think it was a foul there.
It was a foul. It was a foul.
On Colton Collum.
Schneider back on the court.
That's actually Collum's day done, according to the scoreboard here. See if that is correct, and if they remove him from the court. He's still out there right now. It could be that it's actually Cage Crable. We've got 2 33s in the game.
Yes.
But the board is showing 5, and now Crable points it out. He says, look, that says 5 up there.
He said, hold on.
And now they're gonna need to check this with the table.
Yeah, both 33s right next to each other. They're both wanting to know, A, is that accurate? B, is it me?
Crable thinks he's done. He's saying, get that guy out of here.
Cage Crable will never miss an opportunity to try to hype the team up, which you got to appreciate.
But I guess it was the wrong number up there. It did surprise me. I didn't think of Colin being up at that number, but I mean, the board showed it. You want to trust it. But the Cardinals are into the bonus, and Otis hits that free throw. Does not get the second one, so the lead remains with Baldwin. And now Crable hit with what is his 4th foul, and the Cardinals' 4th as well. Keelan Duncan will be sent in. He has been somewhat of a foul machine in this game, so he might be the one to send the Bulldogs into the bonus. Not that that's what he'll want to do. Here is Cooper Carr. He's got 4 fouls. A lot of guys in foul trouble in this game. Schoenberger.
They do put Duncan right on him.
Yeah, he would be covered by Ryan Osborne, were he not also in foul trouble. It's going to be 10 on the shot clock here for Frost, and now back Schoenberger, and taken by Vota. He'll find Schneider. The Cardinals, oh no, he doesn't get it. He went up, I think he tried to dunk that one.
He
and
did.
It just didn't go. Carr goes back the other way and scores.
And he'll punish him for it. Can't get on Schneider too bad for that one. He's pulled the Cards' weight so many times tonight, but he's going to be knocking himself for that one without a doubt.
Schneider this time goes all the way up and drops that one. 26 points.
Man. Very possibly looking at a 30-point day here.
Schoenberger is looking to maybe set his feet.
That's been the Bulldogs' favorite response.
No
and they try
good, but 2 guys at a rebound. Frost gets it. He might have almost stepped out on that baseline.
And the Bulldogs are very intentional here. Their favorite response all day to the Cards creeping close has been to answer with 3. They'll drive into the paint.
Drive scores. 26 points for him. Thomas, long 2, no good. Frost rebounds. Bulldogs not gonna rush.
I think Thomas might have thought he was shooting from 3, said something to Coach Cleveland, which was met with, I know.
And Coach Donald Blanchett calls the first timeout of the second half here. 2:31 to go. It's a full timeout, so 30-second break, and then we'll have you back with some analysis.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College. At Fort Scott Community.
All right, back here out of the break, a 3-point lead after Coach Blanchett called the timeout. I think it's interesting that he called the timeout when he did.
Yes.
They were trying to eat some clock there, but I'm sure they'll inbound it, still slow things down. But this is a tough spot for the Cards. They need to make a defensive stand here.
Yeah, it's not an option at this point. You don't want to just live and die by pulling the game close and then Bulldogs narrowly holding on to a lead because we're running out of time to take that lead away. Both teams, certainly based off their records and based off some of their games this season, you think both are pretty comfortable in this spot, which, fortunate for us as basketball fans and as broadcasters, looks like we're setting up for a really fun conclusion here.
Schoenberger in front of our table here will inbound this to Carr. Those two have been the large majority of the Bulldogs offense here tonight. This, though, is Devin Wadle. He'll drive, shoot, denied by Schneider. They get the rebound, shooting foul. Looks like it's Cooper Carr once again. He just went 0 for 2 a bit ago, but is 4 for 6 on the night. And they're saying that's Cage Crable's 5th. I thought it was his 4th.
He seems confused too.
But the board is showing 5 once again. It's the same problem. It's showing 33 with 5. And this time Crable will go take a seat, and I think that's going to be his night done. I'm not sure if it should be, but we want to trust the scorer's table. Carr makes it so it's more than a one-shot game.
Which with this team late in games, that is always going to be a little more comfort than it might seem. And he goes back to his prior ways throughout the day, 2 for 2 from the line there.
Cy Thomas looking for some help here from Osborne.
The three most dangerous shooters from the line for the Cards. Passing between.
Duncan finds all kinds of space and scores. His first points tonight.
And brilliantly set up by the Cardinals there. They got the ball in the hands of Osborne, then Thomas, then Schneider in succession. And as those three moved around, you could see the whole drift from the Baldwin defense towards those three. Left Duncan all alone.
Oh, and off the glass, Votaw hit with the foul. Both teams in the bonus at this point.
Foul number 21, Lincoln Votaw. First personal. Number 4, Jackson Rude at the line.
This is the first time we've seen someone not named Leo Schoenberger or Cooper Carr at the line for the Bulldogs. It's another senior, Jackson Rude, and he gets a fortunate bounce to get his first point tonight.
Bulldogs doing a good job to somewhat consistently keep this one over a one-shot game.
With that basket, he became only the 5th Bulldog to score.
That's incredible.
And 2 of those 5 have been off the bench, but Rude was in the starting 5. Bounce pass, Duncan, now Osborne all alone. Can't get it, and no one there for the rebound except for Carr.
Oh, Duncan. Did a good job not fouling there, but got a good tip to it.
In the corner, this is Rude, driving, shooting, no good. Fighting over the loose ball, Carr gets it, no, can't score. It was Wheeler, and he couldn't put it away. A minute and 10 to go, Cards need something now. Thomas looks for it, doesn't get it, and no one on the rebound. That's a big letdown for the Cards. You want someone fighting over that loose ball.
Yes, that being a guaranteed Bulldogs possession is not ideal here.
Another Baldwin timeout. We'll keep you here. Hayden, what is it going to take for Eudora?
Minimum a couple of three-pointers. You need one to get the ball rolling. That miss from Cy Thomas feels really, really big. Still a fair bit of time left here, but as you said, both teams in the bonus means you're going to be sending this proven, very good free throw team to the line quite a bit. Cards just, I mean, they're all they can control. You need to hit threes, and you need to play extremely clean. They cannot make a lot of errors at this point. You cannot give away possessions cheaply. That's no longer an option. You've undoubtedly got to hit threes. You've undoubtedly got to hold on to the ball. And from there, it's hoping for a little bit of fortune. And then the subsequent execution is all they can do at this point. So, you know, a short list.
A minute and 1 second to go in this game. How is it going to end? It's felt so back and forth, and it has been, but we've only seen a couple lead changes at this point. But that
feels very much the opposite of this earlier week's game.
It's a credit, yeah, to the Cardinals, though, that even happened because they had been trailing by 12 at one point.
Osborne maybe in danger there.
Can't get that away from Schoenberger. 45 to go. And Duncan's going to foul. I believe that'll be his night done, I think. Oh, no, just his 4th.
That was kind of a boomer bust play for him. He was either getting fouled or he was going to break away completely uncontested to pull the game within a shot again. So Carr to the line. Drains the first. That pushes the gap out to 6.
Cardinals need him to miss this next one.
Yes. Yeah, it won't put the nail in the coffin, but it's going to feel big if he's able to put this one in.
And he does miss it, but Schoenberger rebounds. So they're going to have to send Carr back to the line. He did go 0 for 2 earlier. They need him to do it again now.
And you got to think this is exactly the situation the Bulldogs want to find themselves in, putting one of your best shooters at the line, seemingly with the game in his hands. Cards need a miracle from him here.
It's the 3rd or 4th time in the last 30 seconds that the Cardinals have let themselves down on the rebound effort.
Yes. And the first one did go good from Carr. So it is now a 3-shot game, any way you slice it, with 35 to go.
Coach Cleveland will take one of his 3 remaining timeouts. I think we've said as much as there is to say. What are the officials doing here?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead, send you to a break. right here with 35.8 to go.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.
It'll be Carr back at the line. He's 9 of 11 in this game. His next point would be his 30th, and that is exactly what he will get. Fantastic output by him tonight to get the Cardinals behind by 8. Schneider brings it back. He has had a night. He's within 1 of 30 points. Another timeout here. We can keep you here for it. They're within 5. It feels like it's a bit of dreamland to think of the Cardinals
for sure
actually getting this one, but they could do it. It would just be a lot having to go right for them at this point. You would need probably some more contribution from Schneider. It could maybe be Cy Thomas, but they or Osborne or Otis or anybody.
Anyone
doesn't
on the
matter.
floor,
You put it in, it counts all the same, but it just feels like it tends to come down to Schneider or Thomas or Osborne in those clutch moments. But it's going to take a lot here, but they're going to try. They're not going to roll over here at all.
Yeah, that shot kept the game alive. It certainly doesn't feel, as you said, dreamland is a good way to put it. The game would have essentially been over if that one didn't go. That kept the game afloat. But you said it best, a lot needs to go wrong for the Bulldogs and a lot needs to go perfectly for the Cardinals.
If this first possession, I don't know if the Cards will want to be fouling here. They probably will. But they need a Baldwin miss for sure. This one tossed all by himself. Jackson Rude, but it goes out.
Wow.
So it's a Cardinals ball all the way on that far side.
Yes. You mentioned
I don't know why Jackson Rude backed away from it. He should have been giving his all to keep it in.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was actually not a bad idea by Schoenberger. Rude was behind the entire Cardinals team.
I mean, the touch on that has to be more accurate than you would think.
That is exactly what they needed. What can they do with it? Schneider! No, and Schoenberger rebounds. He's going to accept the foul.
Wow.
And that big, big, big opportunity for the Cardinals goes empty.
And Schneider, of course, not happy with it. Doesn't feel right for any sort of, what's the word? I don't want to say blame, but any sort of pressure for that miss to stack too high because of the day he's had and the impact he's had. Now relying on another Schoenberger miss from the line.
And there is his first miss tonight. And he does get the second one to go.
So still within 2 shots. The gift given to the Cards was that one miss.
Got to move quickly. Cy Thomas. Has to be a 3. Otis puts it up, no good, and Carr rebounds, and the Bulldogs
that'll do it.
Are going to win this game, but the Cardinals won't give up on it.
Man.
Gonzalez committed his 3rd foul. But that's going to pretty much do it here. The Bulldogs are going to be able to win this game. They'll stop their 3-game skid. The Cardinals' 3-game win streak will end, and they will fall back to 500 on the season. no shame in losing to this Baldwin team. The only thing that hurts about it is it was a very winnable game.
Yeah, I think if we would have come into the game and I would have told you that it would be a close loss to the Bulldogs, you might have almost looked at it as a moral victory of sorts, but with the way we've watched this game transpire, it feels like anything but a moral victory, because this feels like a game they very well could have won.
And Schoenberger gets the rebound, and that will do it. So it's an 8-point victory in the end. The Bulldogs do get this win on the road. They sweep the Cardinals this season, and a good game of basketball ends with the Cardinals on the losing end. They fall to 500, but a fantastic matchup here and a fantastic doubleheader between the Cardinals and the Bulldogs. We're going to go ahead and take a break here, and then we will wrap everything up on the postgame show, tell you what's next on Eudora Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganachi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, welcome in here, Eudora Animal Hospital post-game show here on Eudora Sports Live. Wrapping up a Cardinals boys defeat here, an 8-point loss at home to the Baldwin Bulldogs, but it's that Bulldogs team's 12th win on the year, and the Cardinals do still sit at 500 despite the defeat. A really solid performance from both teams, but the Bulldogs, Schoenberger and Carr, were just simply unstoppable. So too was Cash Schneider, but he can only one man can do so much. The Cardinals do come up short here. What do you make of this night, Hayden Harps?
Yeah, everyone contributed on the Card side, but as you said, at some point when you've got two players on the Baldwin side who just have incredible nights and go off for essentially 4 straight quarters and never really get cold, you need a handful of contributors. You're kind of going to have at least 2 players on your side who also have those spectacular nights. And Cash Schneider definitely did, but Cards just didn't quite have enough firepower. And as you mentioned in the break, or we were still on the air, you mentioned that this may have looked like a moral victory. This may have looked like a win, a loss that you were okay with if you're the Cards. But having sit here in the stands tonight, watching how this one played out, watching the comeback they pulled themselves out of, and the opportunities that they had to grow their slim lead at one point or when it was tied, that just got missed over and over. This one feels extremely winnable. It almost feels like a game that they should have won, which sounds kind of crazy to say. But that is kind of how it's feeling on this one. Baldwin, the firepower offensively was just too much to overcome. That's all you can do about it sometimes.
Yeah, it was an amazing night for Cash Schneider, put up 29 points, but he was beat solely by Cooper Carr, who put up 32. Schoenberger also putting up 23. It was a really high-scoring performance for these individuals. Cy Thomas contributed with 13, Osborne with 9. I think I'm missing one shot here in the total for the Cards, but Duncan also put up a couple. Julian Otis with 6. And on the other side for Baldwin, Jackson Rude got a couple. Devin Wadle put up 6. I mentioned Carr's 32, Schoenberger 23, and Jackson Wheeler put up 6 points as well for the Bulldogs. So they put up the first 7 points of the first quarter and the last 7 points of the first quarter to end with that 7-point lead, which the Cardinals chipped away at in the second. The third quarter was a stalemate, 14 apiece, and the fourth quarter was a 4-point victory for the Bulldogs. So they get the win in this rivalry game. They take the sweep this year over the Cardinals, and it's a bit of a tough one to take, but I think it's a great game for the Cardinals, something they can try to build on, even though it'll feel upsetting that they knew it was certainly winnable. And I mean, you look back at the fact that they only lost by 3 last time they played them, just goes to show this is definitely a team the Cardinals are capable of beating, but they have not been able to pull it off this year. Looking at, we can reflect on this doubleheader. I think in terms of competition levels across both games, this is probably the best doubleheader that we've gotten to call this year, and honestly in a long time, because it feels like a lot of times one of the games ends up being competitive and the other one is a blowout one way or another. But this was 2 really, really tightly contested games, and there's nothing more you can really ask for a broadcast, for intrigue, for the players even, and for the fans. It was a great win for the Lady Cards here over the Bulldogs. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at what's next. We will be in action on Tuesday in Ottawa, so we will be going to that hostile territory. That the Cyclone Zone is just ridiculously loud, unbelievable atmosphere that the Cardinals will have to try and succeed in. The Cardinals brought Ottawa here and tried to do their best to recreate that atmosphere, but it is going to be a tough one there. You will be there with me, is that right, Hayden?
Yep.
Yeah, I will be there as well. So that'll be Reed McAvoy, Hayden Harves again with you on Tuesday for that game in Ottawa. But yeah, is there anything else you want to throw on this doubleheader as a whole?
Not a whole lot. I mean, as you said, it's really just reinforcing, let's be real, the girls usually don't have a ton of teams that are going to walk in here and give them a competitive game all the way through. And on the rare occasion that happens, it's even more rare that you'll get a team that the guys are going to play close all the way through as well. So it was just a treat for us. It was really, really fun to cover. We don't get that all that often. Would have been pretty spectacular if both teams could have come out with a win, but I think an exceptional night of 2 games to call we'll be content with that. It was a really good night.
Well, with that, we will go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Friday night. Go Cardinals. If you're watching from the Bulldog side of things, go Bulldogs. And good night.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.